over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking... How are you so fucking... Fuck! Fuck!
Game over.
Game over, man. Game over.
Oh, and I can't think right now for the food.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
I've got AIDS.
I did not have a missing monkey on my bingo card this morning. I'm gonna get a rash, a pussy rash.
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Welcome. We have a show, and I'm going to get in trouble. I'm eating the M&Ms right now because they're helping me calm down. It's bad when I've got to chew on the candy to calm me down. Oh. Fat Conan saying terrorists have started attacking America again today. Really? Do you have a link for a story? I know, what is it? There's a story about apparently Hamas cells in America have come out against like Christian groups or whatever. I'm like, is that a surprise? No offense, guys. Since time immemorial, the Muslim groups have always been kind of like, look, we don't like or believe that anyone who doesn't go along with our stuff gets to exist. We just don't. All right, where are we? Oh, news, Niagara Falls bridge explosion. What? Well, I wish I had my breaking news sound drop for this, you lazy fuck. Maybe we should do that already. All right, so we've got an AP News article about a bridge explosion. Let's go ahead and grab that. Okay, then. We also have to load our first hour stories. I've got plenty of other stuff that I thought would get me in trouble. This won't help at all, but okay. I have I have by no intention of my own. I have a lot of religious stuff today, and I didn't realize how hard in the paint I wanted to go against religion today, but apparently I do. I have done so much like ranting to myself, just grabbing the stories, that I imagine talking about them is going to cause just as much ranting from me. And it actually prevented me from doing some of my work today. I actually did a lot of stuff before the show that I had to do, but it got done quicker than it should have because I finally Whatever. We'll talk about that some other time. But so I got all that done, and I got home, and I started prepping the show, and I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'm going to prep the show. This is going to be awesome. We're going to kick ass. And then we get this and a bunch of other stuff to come in. So it's, again, going to be interesting. I'm going to drop the audio for just a bit while we load our first hour stories. Thank you for tuning in with us on Twitch, Rumble, or YouTube. Just lost a couple of people. Let's hope that that's not a thing. All right, then. Whatevs. Screw it. Whatever. We're going to do a show. Fully funded, going till 5:30. We're into, for our goal, we can link the PayPal and stuff as we go, especially if we have a really good, like, awesome bit and stuff. But we are currently on, after we did all of our math, we're on December 6th. Our show is completely funded through to December 6th. So, help us out if you can. Otherwise, hey, whatever. Hello, Johnny. How are you feeling today? Well, I did eat, so that helps. How are you feeling? I should have. You could have figured that out, except you're tarded. I'm feeling better today. Yesterday's stuff was a collection of things. It was largely due to stress, apparently. I have some stress issues, and getting a wheelchair was a stressful ordeal for me. Whatever. Poor me. I'm a cripple. It's so sad. Anyways, we've got an actual show to do, so we're going to do it. Sorry, don't be sorry. It's like, you have the poops yesterday. No, I did not have the poops yesterday. That's what, you know what? You're right. I can't admit it. The reason why I wasn't on yesterday is,
Right now.
Now it appears to be back. Let's see. And now it's back. Now it appears to be back. Yep. I don't need this today. Video back. Penis, says Labglass. Thank you, Labglass. Where would we be without penis? No sound. Great. The sound on Rumble. Let's check you on YouTube. Let's check you on YouTube. YouTube sounds like shit. All right, so Do we just reboot it? Do we just reboot the stream to fix the sound? I'm wondering. Yaruto saying sound is on. What? The sound is on now? Let's find out. Yaruto saying sound is on. All right, great. Riding Dirty Llama. Oh, wow, helium. Yaruto saying sound is on. All right, great. Riding Dirty Llama. No. I'm not on helium. You need to reboot. You just need to reload then. That's the reloading thing. That's a thing to reload. That's a you thing there, because I just reboot, says Fettuccine. Yes, just reload. Reload, reboot, whatever. YouTube, however, is very much helium voice. Helium voice. Yep. YouTube's gonna suck today. Awesome! It's a holiday weekend, whatever, coming up. Not a weekend, a holiday coming up. We'll be back on Friday anyway. So again, fully funded into December. So all loads are reloaded. Oh, ba-dum-bum. Thank you, Fettuccine El Poo-Poo. We better check on the sticker situation just to be clear on where that's at. Where are we? Boop, 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 and boop. Ways off. All right, good. Chipmunk Johnny. Yes, there's a loading issue, and on YouTube, I sound like shit. Or more like shit? I don't know.
however you want to phrase it. You know what? I get all the time. It's on Twitch too. No, it isn't. It isn't on Twitch. You just have to reload. Refresh your Twitch stream. Yeah, if you refresh your Twitch stream, it's good. What do you mean clicked a button on your Rodecaster? I didn't click a button on my Rodecaster because nothing on my Rodecaster would immediately kill my stream. We had trouble launching the stream. When the stream started today, it disconnected seconds in. Like, just burp. I had to completely restart the stream. Didn't even have to click end stream. Streamlabs literally disconnected itself. Just said, oh, we had trouble connecting. There's a problem. And I was like, oh, great. So you might want to check your Saint Caesar. I thought you said this earlier, but this coming in again. Breaking news, Aaron Imholt has had Wendy's already today. He is going to be melting come Friday. Gonna need a new table in that studio. No, you can just back up the chairs and the banner and just give a little more gut room. But no, the Wendy's makes sense. I don't think it's really breaking news. You say we're a ways off from Sticker Party. We can find a way, says Trucker 18. Yeah, you can. You don't need to because we're fully funded into December 6th. You don't need to do that. But what I meant by a ways off, we didn't need to keep the little doodad down here. Because again, that's 900 bits before it's a thing. So it's just like, why clutter the screen? You know, I'm not begging for money. What am I earning? You know, someday I worry he might watch this show and take offense. All right, you crippled fuck. Jokes are jokes, but you're a dick. Yeah, kind of. Just a little bit. Why did Ronald McDonald go to jail for sticking his Big Mac in Wendy's plum and juicy? Oh, Fat Conan. And it was plump and juicy, right? I was AFK, didn't realize you said it. My apologies. No. It's all good. Why are we close to a hype train? We've had a horrible start to the show today. I'm going probably to get in trouble with the rants that I'm going to go on. And then we already got one story to load from Fat Conan or somebody else that's going to be totally fun and won't suck the mood out of the room at all. So how about I load these stories quick, because if we end up having a hype train start, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. We're going to talk about the OpenAI situation. Saint Caesar, thank you for joining the conversation. We're going to talk about Argentina. We've got a situation breaking off in Venezuela that at a soccer game that's going to be fun to make fun of. Cheer 100. Thank you for the 100 bits, Fettuccine El Poo Poo. That's super awesome of you. 3.5 minutes away from a hype train. Let's open this one here. 100 ball ass.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver 10-2. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here comes a train to stay. Here comes a train!
Thank you very much for that. That's awesome. It's Fat Code. It's getting hot in here. I want to take my pants off. No, please don't. Oh, I gotta not read the chat until I've completed the exhale. Oh, shots fired, Fat Conan. Shots fired. Alrighty. Riding dirty love. Wait, you're wearing pants? Yes, I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing pants. I have to wear pants. We have a kitty camera on hand. All right?
That's
like,
one fucking nice
I
kitty
cut
right
to
there.
this, and there's a gut and stuff, and I'm not proud of it, right? But there's also a lot of legs and stuff. Best to wear pants. Don't go commando when you have a crotch shot on your show. Just kind of a rule.
Someone need a hug.
I mean, I might later, but thank you. We're 31% of the way into level 1 of this hype train. And I can't operate my own soundboard. I just caught the governor of Michigan hiring sex offenders to harass people. You did? That's interesting. I don't know why you're breaking that news here. We have an awfully small show. I feel like that's something that should be screamed more from the rooftops. But hey, fuck do I know. Alrighty, so where are we at? Lawmakers demand answers. Where is that? All right, so there we go. And then we have another one from YouTube. What does YouTube had for us on this one? Oh yeah, that's right. We've got a Nike store in Los Angeles. I bet you can't guess why we're going to talk about that one. Oh, right. That's where it started. That's where the ranting started. And then for funsies, to end out the first hour, we've got a good old story about DUIs and the vehicles you drive. Thank you for the jump scare and the 25 bits. I'm sorry the audio is a little down, and I am high on people donating items to Nike. Right! It was a Salvation Army drive. You caught me. It was a Salvation Army drive at Nike. They had a run on donations. Trucker 18-wheeler. I don't know what you're talking about. Trucker 18-wheeler just saying, black. What? You might be right, though, depending. I mean, that's an awfully vague answer to I don't know what question. I've asked a few. So, I mean, you could be right. I don't know.
Fuck! 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 Oh!
Thank you, Angry Saxon, for the 100 bits and the sound drop there, reminding me to maybe not overhydrate in the first 20 minutes of the show. Otherwise, we'll be peeing all day. It's gonna be a problem. Alrighty, so we had that story from what was it? Was it Fat? It was Fat Conan, I believe. We have a minute left in the hype train, 39%, level 1. Again, thank you for that. That is super awesome. Funding has us into December, so we're very grateful, extremely grateful. People donate to Nike. You can leave your kids there now to learn a skill. Well, I mean, half the time you have to leave your kids there now because they at first they think they're going to get an endorsement deal, and then they realize they're not going to make it to the NBA. What? Sorry.
FBI, open up!
I don't know why the FBI is here. I have done nothing. I am guilty of nothing. 45% of the way through level 1, by the way. 19 seconds left. That's super awesome. Thank you so much. Feel like we're gonna wrap that up at a level 1, which is nice. Again, we're into December 6th. We'll be okay, and we're grateful for all the support we get. Overrun by amateur rappers. I mean, that would be one way to define. You know what we should do is just get into the goddamn show, and then we'll get there. So let's cover this one that was given to us. Again, thank you for that hype train at level 1. We appreciate that. All right, so this is from the AP. This was brought to us by Fat Conan. Apparently developing news. AP source saying 2 people in the vehicle that exploded at the New York-Canada border crossing declared dead at the scene. Thank you for the air horn sticker and the 100 bits. We better check out that. Halfway there. Halfway. SoundCloud says Trucker 18. What do you mean SoundCloud? I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, so we have let's just clip over to his quick. Boop. We have a couple pictures here. The air horn sticker, not normally one of them. Oh, we can do it this way. Boop. Here we go. Fire damage visible to the Customs Plaza at the Rainbow Bridge border crossing Wednesday. Border crossing between U.S. and Canada had been closed after a vehicle exploded at the checkpoint on a bridge. The FBI's field office in Buffalo said in a statement that it was investigating the explosion on the Rainbow Bridge. Big old boomers. The Rainbow Bridge. Doesn't sound gay at all. All right, so let's see. 2 people found dead. Vehicle exploded. The official was not authorized to discuss details of the investigation publicly and spoke to on the condition of anonymity. The vehicle exploded at a checkpoint, American side of the U.S.-Canada bridge in Niagara Falls Wednesday, prompting the closing of 4 border crossings in the area, authorities said. There was no immediate information on whether anyone was injured or the cause of the explosion. This is obviously a very serious situation in Niagara Falls, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in Parliament, as he excused himself from question period in the House of Commons to be briefed further. Aww! He excused himself from being oh, that sucks. Too bad. We are taking this extraordinarily seriously, he added. The blast happened on the U.S. side of the Rainbow Bridge, connects the 2 countries, 3 other bridges on Ontario National. Trudeau said that additional measures were being contemplated and activated at the border crossings across Canada. The FBI's field office in Buffalo said in a statement it's investigating the blast. Photos taken by bystanders posted on social media showed thick smoke, flames on the pavement, security on both sides. Speeding towards the crossing when it swerved to avoid another car, crashed into a fence and exploded. All of a sudden, he went up in the air, and it was like a ball of fire 30 or 40 feet high. I never saw anything like it. A friend were near the bridge when they heard something smash. Okay. And the fence he's talking about is not a chain link fence. Obviously, it's a big-ass fence. I am not seeing anything that we have even the slightest indication that this is a...
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, who was it that said this was a terrorist attack? It makes no sense for a terrorist attack. One, they didn't destroy or damage anything. They didn't hurt any innocent civilians. We have no proof that this was a terrorist attack. All right, video. What is the video of? Police source says. Oh, great. So we have an unnamed police source saying it was a terrorist attack. Great. This couldn't at all be another one of those things our government does to keep us busy while they try to, throw Trump in jail and make Biden seem like a good choice. All right, boop, skip ad.
We have Eric Sean with us.
All right, but let's hear about it. Let's look into
He's
this.
following this, or is he on camera? I'm not sure which. He's on camera. Who's following this story? So, Eric, the fact that this is being looked at as an act of terrorism certainly would seem to bring a lot of credence to what the FBI...
It would make sense just because it did happen to look at it that way, but okay.
...on Capitol Hill recently, and very shocking development here as we see these this unrest in the Middle East that has spilled out past Israel to many other countries, knowing that there could be operatives in this country who are sympathetic to terrorists who want to send a message here in the United States. What are you reading?
Yeah, John, that's exactly what FBI Director Christopher Wray testified before the House just last week, saying because of the unrest in the Middle East, that of possibilities that there could be a radical Islamic terrorist attack right here in the United States, including potentially covered by Hamas. Not saying that is the case here, but we have a story.
We can't rule out Hamas because, again, Hamas is the only side fighting in the Middle East.
Seeking to go after the middle American targets and this sort of thing, and any type of American Western valued representative situation. According to Alexis McAdams, as we've been reporting, 2 men in that vehicle, according to high-level police sources, are dead. The car packed with explosives, we are told. That car tried to drive right into that Customs and Border Patrol building, the gate, which is the watch gate, where you stop when you present your passport to go through the border. The injured man is a 27-year-old, potentially. That is the Customs and Border Patrol officer. He's in good condition, we're told, at a local hospital. When you're talking about radical Islamic terrorism and the attacks against the United States, this has happened before, John. 1987, a suspect found with explosives walking from Canada into Vermont along a train track. 1999, another radical Islamic terrorist caught at the border on the West Coast going from Canada into the state of Washington.
And we can't forget, of course, 9/11, when we got attacked by Islamic terrorists and Israel knew about it and let it happen.
At the northern border, trying to enter the United States to carry out the type of attacks. We've seen vans and cars used before. Car bombs, of course, the van bomb in 1993 by the followers of Sheikh Abdel Rahman in New York. That was the car bomb that exploded in the garage underneath the World Trade Center. Their attempt to take down those
Can I actually pause this? Yep. Angry Saxon saying, wait, when did this happen? This happened literally this morning. We need Alex Jones to unravel this mystery. Alex Jones will not unravel this mystery. Connor Fullerton saying, can we rule out Russian interference? I mean, I don't know. We can't do that either. Look, I'm not gonna say this is or isn't Hamas or whatever. I am gonna say this though. I can just as easily believe that Israel would do this to make Hamas look bad. Just as easily as I believe people who are devout Muslims would be like, hey, as long as we sacrifice ourselves, we got, a sweet deal because the religion promised it. God, again, religious. Fucking religion. Goddamn fucking religion.
Twin Towers did not succeed at that time, of course, led then to what happened in 2001.
Again, what happened in 2001, I want to get the part that the news media always conveniently forgets. What happened in 2001 wouldn't have happened if Israel would have, I don't know, given us a heads up. Or maybe wouldn't have happened if Israel given us a... Again, the whole fact that Israel knew about it and didn't really want to do anything about it is kind of where I'm like, you know what? Everyone over there sucks. Fuck them all. CIA job. They tried to blow up Niagara Falls itself. I don't know if they thought about, like, it would blow up Niagara Falls or they thought they'd get a customs building. The whole thing seems dumb and hinky, which is why I could believe anyone did it for the sake of either making someone look bad or, again, because God wills it. Because if you want to see stupid people do the ugliest, cruelest, meanest stuff in the world, look at a religious person. Devoutly religious people will be the biggest pieces of shit because apparently God's cool with it when you're on his team.
Colorado to New York, he was stopped on the George Washington Bridge and arrested. So this seems to fit the modus operandi of potential terrorists to either attack a known location, one that could be relatively soft potentially, that is just driving right into the booth in which the Customs and Border Patrol officers, check your papers and check your passports and this sort of thing.
Again, I find it really, really weird that the people fighting Hamas and dealing with Hamas right now apparently had no information about any of this. Yeah, and I'm sure if they did, they would have totally told us, like, hey, these people we're dealing with, they're super bad, they're super evil. Turns out they're planning to attack you too. And you should do something to prevent that from happening. Or... hear me out. Maybe just like in 2001, Israel knew about this attack happening and went, fuck it, how about we let it... Audio fucked what? Oh, don't tell me it did it again. Don't tell me it did it again.
On the border between Canada and our country. John?
Okay, Eric, Sean, thank you.
All right, that's the end of that. Let's look at the notifications thing. Why is this doing notifications that aren't important? I am sick of that. I am very, very sick of that. What do you mean the audio's fucked? Oh, if you just got here, the YouTube audio is fucky because, oh, Taylor Swift. Fuck you, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift yells at a security guard. Overrated. Taylor Swift is severely overrated. She's an all-right songwriter. She's an extremely mid-looking chick, and her music's only good when other people sing it. You mean like Frank the Crusader? Wait a minute, what? U2 is pretty good band. Why attack them? I don't know where we're getting that one from, Riding Dirty Llama, but I'm assuming I'm missing that because I'm tarded. Thank you for the air horns. Just thank you, Angry Saxon. Oh, you mean like Frank the Crusader? Okay, I don't know. All right, so that's the again the super deadly oh my god terrorist attack. Which a couple of things that I've got a problem with here. For a terrorist attack, they literally didn't do anything. It was all a very big, bright show. Very big, very bright, very, whoa, notice this terrorist attack. But it didn't actually do anything. I mean, well, with the exception of possibly injuring and harming the one customs guy, it just like, it like you looked at the damage on the scene, it didn't look like much of anything. So, why is there a dead... Didn't need that. Did not need that, Fanatical Bucks fan, but thank you. Is that Deadpool wearing panties? I don't. Nah, you're good. I'm feeling like a smartass today. It works, man. She's a leftist puppet. Dance, monkey, dance. I mean... Who's a leftist puppet? Which puppet are we talking about now? I don't know. Oh, wait. I remember. Taylor Swift. Yeah. Why are we screaming so much? Now it's Dio. We don't need this. You see, we got to find them over there so we don't have to fight them here. I'm just saying if someone wanted us to fight them over there, really quick way to get us to do it would be attack us, wouldn't it?
Fuck off.
Which is why I find it extremely funny that the people fighting them over there had no idea that this was happening. And again, I'm sorry, but after you let 9/11 happen to us, I'm kind of like, you're okay with us taking a few hits if it means we'll attack your enemies. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. One, that's not necessary. Thank you for the 25 bits. Taylor's legs are okay. Yeah, but so are a bunch of ladies' legs, all right? I'm sorry, but Taylor Swift's legs exist on a variety of women. Some more, some less talented than her. Some better, some less, some uglier than her. You know, just up and down. Takes all kinds. Well, thank you for that. K Fallen says buys. Why are you? I guess we've offended K Fallen. I'm sorry. Boobs. Boobs, Buzz. What are we... Are you saying boobies? I don't even know what's going on. Thank you for the 500 bits. All right, we're like halfway through the first hour. I haven't even gotten into any of my stories. I don't know if I want to talk about the OpenAI thing. I don't know if we even care. It's a Silicon Valley drama. Do we care about Silicon Valley drama? We've got Thanksgiving on the end. I better check on this party thing, otherwise it's gonna sneak up on me. Holy shit, we're 300 bits away from a sticker party. I mean, no, then screw it. We'll get through this real quick. OpenAI, you know what? Do we really give a shit? Technology firm OpenAI ousted its CEO, Sam Altman, last week with little warning and even less explanation. It set off shockwaves throughout Silicon Valley and beyond. Late Tuesday, in a complete reversal, he rejoined the controversial firm he had helped found, effectively bouncing from the board some of the people who had fired him. Altman has served as a poster boy for the company's groundbreaking efforts in artificial intelligence, including its ChatGPT generative AI product. But the drama pushed a web of other characters key to AI or internet history into view of the public. Some have worked together for years and have invented some of the household name products of the internet. Do we really care? Returns to OpenAI.
Another major story we're following this hour. OpenAI co-founder Sam Altman is returning to the tech company less than a week after he was fired by the board of directors, Anna Stewart.
We should also...
Really. So he was fired. We don't know exactly why.
We should also point out one fact that they keep ignoring. He was fired. The company, multitudes of employees, put their names, reputations, and jobs on the line to go and say, undo this, or we're leaving. And he was also hired by Microsoft immediately after he was fired because they're like, hey, if they won't let you do AI for them, you can do AI for us. And surprise, surprise, the board went, wait a minute, so our competitor snatched him up in less than a second? Half our company's willing to walk unless he's here? Get him the back! It's all burning down without him! They kind of didn't mention that part. That is, in my opinion, why he's all of a sudden returned.
Why? Then he went to Microsoft.
Yep.
Then everyone at OpenAI said they wanted him back, and now he's back.
That's a great timeline of the story. This is the fourth...
But why?
This is the fourth CEO for OpenAI in 3 days.
Yes.
But we've gone right back to where we started. Essentially, this was a huge mutiny at OpenAI. So of all the developments we've had over the last few days, the fact that Sam Altman is back is probably the least surprising, because at one stage... Yesterday, we had over 700 employees of a sort of 770 workforce saying they would up sticks and move to Microsoft too, leaving not much of a company left. So, new board is being put in place. One of the original board members remains, 2 new independent ones, including actually Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary. He'll be on that board, and Sam Altman is back. Lots more to work out, so we don't have all the information yet.
It seems like a win, obviously, for Altman, but also for Microsoft. We should explain that Microsoft pretty much owns OpenAI.
Microsoft owns a huge chunk of OpenAI. Over the years, they've invested billions of dollars. It's a partnership as well. They give computational power to OpenAI, which is badly needed. And this has really strengthened that partnership to the point that Microsoft was so upset that they didn't hear anything about the firing of Sam Altman on Friday. They are almost certainly going to insist on having a seat at that board or some sort of governance role in this newly formed board at OpenAI. So this will create a bigger partnership, frankly, and it shows the support that Sam Altman has through the whole company on this commercialization of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so he wanted to be more aggressive with his strategy. Is that right? I mean, we don't know exactly what happened, but he's no...
Again, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I feel like you're also missing another thing about this. It does also mean that 2 big AI companies or 2 big companies in AI are kind of partners, almost like it's a monopoly. Rusty, I won't read that one out loud. Rumble allows you to say free speech stuff. Thank you, Trucker 18 with Lab Glass. Nerds! Look, the point is literally, we don't know why they tried to fire him. Oh, fuck, there's a sticker party. I should be keeping track of these things. If you're only listening on the Twitch app, you can go nuts with the stickers and coat the screen with them. We're getting assaulted with ass-shaking turkeys. Remember, this season, stuff a plump turkey. Oh, great. This one. Weird music. A shit ton of turkeys. Awesome. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, if you didn't know. I have, like, 3 hours and 45 minutes of a program. And I'm getting assaulted with turkeys. I mean, I always told myself if I worked hard someday, I'd get to do the news show thing I wanted to do. And then the one I wanted to do was more of like a gather around, we all do stuff, and I thought we could do that with video games and stuff like that, but I'm not really in touch with that market as much as I like to be. I'm more of an old man, and I gotta accept it. So I thought, how about we go with regular news stuff? And we did. And now I tell stories to ass-shaking turkeys. Again, a remarkably large amount of ass-shaking turkeys on the screen, going beak nuts? I don't know. 2 dumpster fires. That feels right. That feels about the speed. We're going to pull up. Now we're 100 bits into the next sticker party. Trucker 18-wheeler already start. Awesome. Turkeys and butt plugs. Weird. What do you mean butt plugs? I didn't see any butt plugs. All right? I do not have a butt plug sticker. That is a horrible, blasphemous rumor. Yeah, I don't think we care about the AI story. I feel like we're kind of good. Holy bubbles everywhere. Joe Burger blowing bubbles. Awesome. Bubbles and cheeseburgers. Again, the only part that weirds me out and worries me about this is the remarkable amount of control that Microsoft will have over not one but 2 companies developing artificial intelligence. Riding Dirty Llama saying, twerkies with junk in the trunk. Sandarin saying, that twerky is about to make me bust my gravy. And Fanatical Bucks fan linking the egg chair emote in the channel saying, butt plug, if I ever did see one. It's an egg chair, you know it. I won't stand for this blasphemy. Oh. We know it's an egg chair, goddammit. Do I have to start using the thing again? I mean, it's going to be a bitch to roll that in here, but, I mean, we kind of have it set up where we could. I don't know. We'll see. So we're done with that. Let's ditch that. We have a story about the guy from Argentina, the new president.
Fuck off.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, St. Caesar. We're going to tell this one to fuck off. There's no money. Argentina's Milei doubles down on economic shock therapy. So pretty much, they voted him into government, and he was saying from the jump that there was no money and massive cuts have to be performed. And he is in government now. He's been elected in. He'll take office December 10th. And it seems he would have plans to make deep spending cuts, is something he had pledged in the campaign as part of his chainsaw plan to trim state spending. There's no money, Millie told local outlet.
Party 1000, party 100, party 100, party 100, party 100, party 100,
I see that bit hasn't died.
100, party 100, party 100, party 100, party 100.
Thank you, Trucker 18-wheeler, for supporting this program. So, again, it's Argentina's, South America's second largest economy. Their inflation is at 143%, and their net central bank reserves are estimated at negative $10 billion. Over 2/5 of the population is in poverty, and a recession is looming. Looming? 2/5 in poverty. Looming. I think we have too many optimistic economists in this day and age that are afraid to call something a goddamn recession. Holy Jesus. So, yes, Millie got elected planning to do all this stuff, so I don't know why any of this is a shock, but yes, he's saying, there's no money. We're flat broke. We got nothing. We're out. We're bummed. And we got to fix it. Their economy was screwed way before COVID. Yeah, their economy was screwed way before COVID, but they elected a leader, and this is the part where I don't know if it's just like left-leaning governments don't want people to see this message, but this is the part where, again, sometimes you need a leader who's going to say, look, we got to sit down. We got to eat our fucking vegetables, all right? We got to do that. You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat, all right? You got to do it. So they literally elected a guy who's like, you know what, I'm going to take a blowtorch to this thing because we're underfunded, we're overinflated, we're a bloated government. We got to cut back a lot more of this stuff because we can't afford it anymore. And the people elected that guy. So I can't believe...
Take my money.
I will. Thank you for the 100 bits, Trucker 18-wheeler. Ride and Dirty Llama saying to Trucker 18-Wheeler, awesome, thanks for giving. Yes, thank you for supporting the show. Their economy, screw before that, it will be a recession when Trump takes over. Oh, God, it'll be a recession the minute Trump wins the election. And make no mistake, if he's allowed to run at this point, they have nothing to beat him with. They've got nothing. They've got Gavin Newsom. Could work, maybe. But I certainly hope not. And if Trump wins, you will watch Biden's amazing economy. I can't understand why people are so down on this economy. To Trump's horrible economy is holding America back, and why America just doesn't trust this economy, why America's economy is in the shitter. And watch, if Trump gets elected, gets in office, and by some quack-farting miracle does turn around some of this shit, you'll watch them bend over backwards to say why people think this economy is doing great, even though every sign points to otherwise. It's just like I said. We have a news media now that is more of a religion, where they have their doctrine and they're going to stick to it, regardless of whether or not it molests kids. God, that's so close. It's scary. All right, we've got a fun little video here. A game in Brazil versus Argentina for the World Cup qualifier happened recently. And, well, people always say that soccer is one of the more tame, timid sports, and that soccer players are incredibly soft and prone to being drama queens. Well, I'll say this. Their fans at least throw a punch. Fights broke out among fans during the national anthems at the World Cup qualifier match between Brazil and Argentina. Not during the game. Not after a moment of like a tense clash or something like that. During the national anthems. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems. I'm sorry, I'm way too into what I'm doing, Trucker 18-Wheeler, and I've smoked some weed, but thank you for the 25 bits. Now stand for the national anthems of Brazil and Argentina. Oh, fuck you! Like, again, you guys couldn't hold on just till at least, like, the first kick was thrown? Let someone get hit with a ball. Have a reason. And look at the cops. Oh, my God. Don't you miss the days? The days when the cops could just enter the stands. A fight is broken out. Get the billy clubs. The billy clubs. Get the giant skinny bats. We're whacking bitches today. Those were the days. Thank you, Trucker 18-Wheeler, another 20 bits. We might have to call this the David Chandler and Trucker 18-Wheeler funded show at this point. Trucker 18-Wheeler has been pretty big the last few days. Thank you. Thank you very much, Trucker 18-Wheeler. We appreciate it. They're just, again, the security guards are just indiscriminately thwacking the match at Maracana Stadium. I thought it said Macarena. I really wanted to call that Macarena. Hey, Macarena! Was delayed by 27 minutes, and the police say they arrested 8 people. They arrested 8 people, but they hit a shitload more. Thank you, Small Egg Becker, for joining us in the chat and in the show. Love having you all here today. Thank you for being part of the program. We're going until 5:30, so we've got another 2.5 Star-Spangled Enders of entertainment. Star-Spangled Hours, not Enners. Can't speak to save my life today. Fuck. Who are the green shirts? Are the green shirts security? Because the green shirts look way more like they're just, yeah, green shirts, yellow shirts. Are they just like different members of the team? Different teams? I don't know. So great. There we go. Again, soccer, staying classy. Just staying classy. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. How American of them? How American of who? I wish Florida would go sovereign. Screw all of you. Well, I can give you 3 reasons why that won't happen. Reason number 1. Florida would not be able to survive sovereignty due to the fact that a lot of its business for the Port of Miami and things like that would get moved away. America wouldn't want to have to deal with paying an outside sovereign nation for all that. It would affect the shipping and everything like that. So again, you'd lose the Port of Miami, effectively. Except for importing goods just for the sake of Florida, which would have a really big effect on your economy. And it would also kill your tourism because, again, going to Florida would be more difficult. You have to have a passport. You can't just load up the kids and go to Disneyland so you can shit in your pants on the way to a ride. Hey, we're going on the log flume. Too bad Timmy's already got a log flume in his trousers, Dad. And it ain't wood, it's fudge. The stinky kind. All right, shunt me even harder. Good luck. Florida's going to get all the migrants from Palestine, all pro-Israel and stuff. We riot at black high school games, Johnny. Okay. Do we riot? I mean, fights breaking out. Again, it was just the thing that it's soccer. You're going to do this over soccer? All right, and then let's keep going. I don't... Palestinians. It will be the Palestinians join you, bud. You really think the Israelis care about you? Joe Berger's telling Show Me Even Harder. I don't give a fuck about any of them. Let them deal with it over there. Right, again, but that doesn't seem like it'll be a thing. We have oil and oceans. Will be just fine. Do you have oil, Joe Berger? Do you have oil? And yes, you have oceans. But when you don't have a large driving force of your economy, and when other factors of your economy vacate due to the fact that enjoying your now country's tourism will be very, very difficult. Just like I said, it's one of those things where the sources that be would never let it happen, and if it actually happened, it really wouldn't be the blessing you think it is. But okay, one man's opinion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But alrighty, let's get into... Here's what I will say. As long as it doesn't affect my life at all, I could give a shit. I could give a shit. If it doesn't make my life more expensive, I could give a fuck. Texas needs to go sovereign also. Yeah, but that won't happen because you've been adopting people from California for way too long. And if Texas went sovereign... it wouldn't have anything. Like, it would. What
on
is...
television, us children are starting to see and hear more and more graphic queefing.
Texas has oil and stuff. But see, those companies are American companies.
Every day I wake up, it's the same day. And I wait a minute.
Oh, fuck you. Every day I wake up and it's the same day. And I wait a minute and I go, you know what? We shouldn't tell America about the attack. Every day I wake up and it's the same day. Both sides are willing to kill babies. Fuck all of you. Alrighty, so let's get into what is this one? Oh yes, actually we were going to talk about this. Lawmakers are demanding answers from AP and Reuters amid accusations their journalists knew about the Hamas attack. Representative Mike Lawler, a Republican from New York, is asking the Associated Press and Reuters to answer questions about their journalists' knowledge of the October 7th Hamas attack. Wait, what? I wasn't doing this story. Fox News enough of your fucking bullshit so you can pimp more ads and milk more money. It should be a scam. You're not getting more ads out of me. You're just airing an ad again because you made me rewind the story. Again, that seems like... Isn't that what YouTube declared some sort of scam thing, or Twitch did? Whatever. Alrighty, so Lawler, along with bipartisan group of lawmakers, is penning letters to news outlets demanding answers about any possible knowledge they may have had prior to Hamas attack, which the outlets previously denied. That these journalists would knowingly not share this information and in the process save thousands of Israeli and Gazan lives is simply beyond the pale, said Lawler. Yeah, it's almost as bad as Israel not telling us about the 9/11 attack because, again, it'd be really convenient if we started attacking their enemies for them. Look, if people in journalism or in any government had knowledge about it and you want to act like, how could you do that? Israel was fine with 9/11, so fucking who cares? See, I plant a bomb again, shit. I mean, if we're talking about the attack on the bridge, it is remarkably showy and remarkably non-lethal in terms of overall damage. It does absolutely nothing, makes a really big scene, and now we've got boogeymen that we can use as scapegoats for justifications of more wars in places. Let's go hunt the terrorists. I wonder if those Hamas terrorists might be in other countries. Oh, we might have to go into Iraq or Iran to get the evil Hamas terrorists hiding in plain sight. Yeah, I'm sure none of that'll happen. It's not like it's 9/11 all over again. Here's what I don't trust. If it's a terrorist attack and we didn't get some sort of like video statement or something outright, and you're telling me that Hamas, a group that started their little battle in Israel with a nice apparently 1,200 person killing spree, you're saying they started this one with an extremely showy explosion that may have injured one person. Again, I'm not saying it isn't a Hamas terrorist attack. I'm just saying if you wanted to use a smokescreen incident to gaslight or defend your use of force in any number of places and ways, this will be pretty effective for that. So there's probably going to be another 9/11 before the next election. Hope I'm wrong, says Joe Berger. Look, I sincerely hope you're wrong too. But like I said, with this current terrorist attack, it's very, very flashy. But so far, the only people that we know of that actually died are the terrorists. I don't even think the customs guard that got caught in the crossfire of this attack is dead. From what we understand, not even in critical condition. They just keep saying, might be injured. Biden was falling over when the attack happened, hence no speech from the president yet. Well, obviously the president's going to have to hold off. He just recently got this whole ceasefire thing that everyone's giving him an attaboy for, so that's not going to be very helpful for old Biden. But yeah, I mean, I can just as easily see this being a Hamas terrorist attack as easily as I can see it being any number of groups of people using it as a smokescreen to justify whatever horrible shit they're about to perpetuate. Because, again, our government loves perpetuating horrible shit. So, all right. There we go. All right, we teased this story earlier. We're into the second hour. We haven't even gotten to this story. So we might as well go on and get in there and talk about it. It's actually a video. Let's go ahead and boost the audio there and there. Ooh, sorry for that burp. Had me a quick lunch today, and it's kind of gestating, if you will. All right, let's go over here. War on Terror 2.0. I will take things Johnny doesn't trust for $500. What is the blacks? Thank you, K-Fallen. I apparently am racist now. All right, interesting. Shunt me even harder. You are wrong. Here's what I'll say. I don't think Joe Berger's right or wrong. I think very, very easily I could see a radical Islamic group because, and I know what people will say about this. You really don't have to be that radical of an Islamic to go to violence. I'm sorry. There are plenty of Muslims in the world who maybe don't want to just murder somebody because they don't share their beliefs. But we've seen plenty of instances where if you don't go along with the Muslim beliefs and traditions, that they will, that without hesitation, just be like, all right, well, how about we kill you? We're fine with that too. So again, I don't know. Johnny Ketamine, your microphone is fucked. Is he talking about? Let's go back to this. Is the YouTube still fucked up from the shit earlier? Because if it is, thank you for the news flash. But we know. But let's go over here and check it. Is it still all fucked up or wrong?
I think very, very.
Nope. Nope. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Nope. It's still fucked up. Never mind. Yep. It's still fucked up. It had a problem. I'm not going to reboot the thing. You can watch on It's Popping as Fuck. Yes. We know, Robert. There was some stupid issue with Streamlabs or the internet or something, and I'm not going to reboot the whole show just so we can redo it on YouTube. The sound is working just fine on the other two platforms. Ah, you on Twitch? Yes, I'm on Twitch and Rumble, but we'll link the Twitch one right now. Oh wait, no, that's the dash cam for manager. I don't want to do that. I want to do this one. Nope, that's Twitch dashboard. I don't want Twitch dashboard. How do I get a twitch.tv/JustKiddingLLC should be all we need for that. But fuck, I can't figure out where that link is right now. Oh, balls. Where, yeah, twitch.tv/JustKiddingLLC. Let's, twitch.tv/JustKiddingLLC. That should be it. And if we click that link, oh, what? That's a link. Why didn't it? Does it have to be /u? Alright, let's try it that way. You know what? Let's not. Fucking A. I don't know where the link is for this. But yes, we're on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. The same name, all three channels. And I'm sorry that YouTube is being fucky. I can't. I don't think I can start it and stop it from here. It's patched into the thing. So, sorry. Alrighty, so let's get back to the flash mob video. This flash mob video again is out of LA. Let's go over here and boom.
These brazen robberies are often caught on camera, and you can see just how coordinated and quick they are. Dozens of people run into a store and steal items en masse, and that's exactly what happened inside this Nike store at a South LA mall. Take a look.
Look, I feel like this is just going to keep happening until one of these people gets beaten within an inch of their life. Someone needs to literally just take a baseball bat to one of these people walking out just right across the knees. Let them be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. That's not fair. Neither is what they're doing. And we can't call out about the usual suspects involved now, can we? But I would like to thank all the people in this video. Thank you for being an utter fucking stereotype. Hood rats be hood rats.
The call came.
Remember, when the store closes, it's totally racism, and by no ways, means, shape, or anything your community or the way you behave. It's absolutely racism. It's not that the store closed because you were robbing from it and fleecing it blind.
In just before 6 o'clock Sunday night, there were about 20 juveniles who ran into the store with bags, and they took as much merchandise as they could get and then ran out. There was no harm or threat of violence, and this is exactly...
That is the problem. There should be a threat of violence against these people so they can learn that this is fucking wrong. There was no threat of violence. Nobody tried to stop them. Try to stop them and see how cool with it they are. Because again, this is wrong. This is something, if I was there, I would not sit here and let that happen. Why? Because I like having stores. Louis Vuitton, because they're banned from the Gucci store. What? Why doesn't Nike have security? At this point, they're going to need security. But again, remember, security isn't allowed in some of these states because you're not supposed to stop shoplifting. Was fill some holes. There should be harm. There absolutely should be. There should be consequences for people who do this. Otherwise, why are the rest of us following the laws of society? You know? Personally, I don't stand for shit like this because I, again, think if this is what you're willing to do, the world doesn't need you. If you're cool with just stealing stuff because I guess I can, then you're a useless piece of shit and the world doesn't need you. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what background you come from. I don't care if you're rich, poor, indifferent. If you're just cool with loading up a bag full of Nike shoes, because F it, we can steal this shit, then how about you just leave? We don't need you. There isn't enough room at the table for everybody, and you clearly have nothing to offer.
Exactly what we're seeing at other major LA malls. Chief Michael Moore tweeted today.
Again, let's not talk about the other thing we're seeing with these groups of people stealing. I know that LA is a diverse area, but it seems like one particular group is doing the thieving. You're right. It's not a systemic thing that a culture has somehow adopted a victim mentality that absolves them of all guilt. You're right. It's not at all. Why should we notice things?
That there were two other recent flash robberies, one at the Beverly Center.
Rusty Grammer saying modern-day degenerate society with no morals. The same probably people think abortion is acceptable because it's legal where they live. I was going to be getting into religion in a minute, but thank you for starting that one, Rusty Grammer. I fucking hate people that are against abortion because they think it's somehow immoral. You realize the soul, the spirit, whatever you're talking about, that doesn't show up until months after the baby is born. Like, you realize this is all meat. This is, again, I have the benefit of actually being forced to live in a prison cell, so I'm well aware that, that again, a baby is a pile of meat until at least a month or two after it's out of the mother. So don't say, oh, they're immoral. They probably think abortion is okay. Yeah, they're immoral. They should be moral like religion and be okay with sodomizing children or cutting off women's clits or any of the number of horrible things every religion is okay with. Tell me, Rusty Grammer, if there were a whole bunch of religious people going, how about we round up and burn all the gays? Are you going to be against that? It sounds like it's horribly immoral, but I mean, if God's okay with it, those are immoral people. Okay, time to debate Steven Crowder. Why doesn't... Yeah, we did Nike security. Again, degenerate society, yes. But to say that abortion is immoral... Abortion is immoral because you have a belief structure. The people who think abortion is immoral also think it's totally moral to make a child suffer and starve in poverty because it's immoral to abort the baby. But it's totally moral to say, hey, not my kid, not my problem. Sit there and starve, you worthless piece of shit. The most not my problem people are the people like, hey, you can't have abortions. Okay. So then who's going to raise those children? No, they don't bother me. Also, if potential mother considers killing her kid, she probably shouldn't have the kid. Right. But you're saying that a morally degenerate society thinks that abortion is okay because it's legal. So you're the one who's saying that it bothers you because you're saying that abortion is another sign of degeneracy. If you think that it's okay on these, well, why did you make that connection? Did Alex Jones predict anything on Hamas? I don't think he did. But again, the Hamas thing, right now, I have nowhere near enough facts, and it has all of the hallmarks of just flashy enough to, to just fucking breeze some checks out the door so we can pay for some more wars. Rah, rah, USA. I don't trust the Hamas attack. Not because I don't think Hamas would attack us. Not because I have any love for Hamas. No, I could totally believe that happened. I just don't believe what I'm seeing right now is the attack. And I am sure I'm about to hear how we have to respond to the attack, and how we have to write some more checks that our government can't afford to some more military government contractors that we pay to do some more stuff in other countries. And we'll all pick up the check. And if you call it out, oh, what are you, un-American? What do you want, the terrorists to win? No, I just think it's really easy to go, up, terrorists, guess we got to do anything we got to do. So, I don't know. We'll see where it lands. Let's get back to this flash mob story.
Center and another at Fashion Square in Studio City. You might remember several dozen people participated in a brazen smash and grab flash mob at a Nordstrom in the Westfield Topanga Mall in August. The LA Times reported that the store suffered losses between $60,000 and $100,000.
$60,000 and $100,000. Do this a few more times and see if Nordstrom's is there anymore. Again, if we see any stories in the next few weeks, months, or years about people in these cities where this stuff happens saying, "Oh, it's a desert, it's a commerce desert, it's a food desert, it's a whatever desert, and it's all because of systemic racism," I'm going to say, you know what? Shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of the excuse of systemic racism. If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and just say, hey, guys, with the whole black slaves thing. I know how it seems awesome. I know how it seems like great labor and all this other stuff. Juice, squeeze, not worth it. Just leave them there. Just leave them there. We'll be so much better off. I know, picking your own cotton sounds like a real fucking chore. I get it. But it's you're going to feel so much better about that dollar you earn when you pick your own cotton. Just keep indenturing the Irish. But all I'm saying is these ones not worth it. Not worth it. Just leave them there. Don't bring them over. Just leave them there. See, because they don't have... Theft and abortion are morally wrong. On the other hand, keeping the child and being a shit parent, raising the kid to be another shit parent, is also wrong. Again, how is abortion morally wrong? If you separate the idea, if you separate your belief that a baby is a... conscious living being before it's, born. If you take that part out of it, how is it morally wrong? And again, the reason why I'm asking you to take that part out of it is because it's my personal understanding from experiences that I've been through that a baby is nothing more than a series of your body's natural reflexes and behaviors for like the first month it comes out. I mean, I watched my daughter, and I love my daughter. And I would tell you right now, my daughter is an amazing person, has a beautiful personality, a beautiful soul. But I'll tell you right now, the thing that was kicking inside her mom's belly, the thing that came out and wanted to, drink milk and stuff like that, was operating entirely on the base software. That was not a person. You know why? My legs behave the same way. Am I a baby? No. I'm a grown man. Why do my legs behave that way? Because they don't follow the rules of my brain, which is being controlled by my spirit or soul. They just react the way they do. See, your body does that shit on its own. So again, I'm sorry, but the whole children having souls and spirits thing is another one of those things where, as parents, we put shit on kids that we see, and we put it on them. Again, if you're getting an abortion in the first trimester or whatever, it's a lump of cells. It never felt a thing. It's going to be fine. It's probably going to be more traumatic for the mother if she has a conscience. And if she doesn't have a conscience, like Rusty Grammer already said, that shouldn't be apparent. How is that immoral? Speaking as someone who was raised by parents who shouldn't have continually had children, how is it immoral to say, you know what, it's better off as opposed to that kid being raised in a horrible system? Because, by the way, adoption is totally working. We never have children waiting to be adopted. Adoption, contraception, and not having sex is 3 choices. Abortion is 1. Who has options? Everybody. But again, if you didn't have a choice in having sex, if you're raped, why should you have to carry the baby? Again, why is it that just because you have this weird belief that other people have to follow it? I'm not seeing the immoral part. You're right. Those are options. You can choose to adoption. You can choose contraception. You can choose not to have sex. And you can do all of those 3 things. You can also choose to have abortion if you get pregnant and you don't want to. These are options. But the left are pro-choice. Yes, and the right are pro-life. And after that life is born, they don't give 2 shits about it. Because they want to take away the social service programs. They don't want to pay for your kids. They don't want to pay for your food stamps. We certainly don't want to pay for your college education. Pro-life, my ass. They're pro not aborted babies because they have a problem with it. 3 options are choices. 1 option is no choice. How is what 1 option? Shunt me even harder. How is 1 option not a choice? So you're saying if you get an abortion, you're forced to? You don't choose to get an abortion? How is 1 option not a choice? Either way, people are running away from accountability for their actions. No. How are they running away from accountability? They're accountable for their actions. They made a mistake. I honestly think that having an abortion is almost being more accountable. You know what's not being accountable? How about I bring a kid into the world and make everyone else take care of it? There's some accountability. It's 1 choice, not choices or multiple choice. Shunt me even harder. I don't even know. You sound fucking dumb now. It's 1 choice. Again, if you separate the fact that is entirely a spiritual belief that a baby is a whole spiritual being at the moment of conception, which again is complete bullshit. It's a choice. You choose whether or not to have the kid, the same way you chose whether or not to have sex. And again, if you were raped, you didn't even get a choice in that. But God works in mysterious ways. If she hadn't been a whore, he wouldn't have had to rape her. And like I said, all of these people it's not a choice. What do you mean it's not a choice? It is a choice. Either you have the kid or you don't. That is the definition of a choice. And if you're talking about the kid not getting a choice, the kid doesn't get a choice because it's not a kid. Abortion is 1 choice that the left believes is necessary. Conservatives offer more than 1 choice. No, they don't. Conservatives don't offer more than 1 choice. Conservatives' ultimate choice is you don't have sex unless you're married and procreating. That's conservatives' choice. They allow stuff because they have to, but conservatives don't want you having sex. Conservatives believe in abstinence first, contraception if absolutely necessary, but it's so sinful. And by the way, the right is so against contraception that they don't want Planned Parenthood to give out contraception because, again, that's a slippery slope to abortions. No, contraception equals heartbeat equals living being. Again, I understand why this is hard for you to grasp, but you're wrong. I'm sorry. And here's how I can say you're wrong. I've been alive without my heart beating for about 30 to 40 seconds. My chest froze for about half a minute. I thought I was dying in my bed. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. All I could do was panic. I couldn't speak. My then wife was sitting right next to me. And I had to spend the better part of a half a minute inside my body because it wasn't obeying me. So don't tell me it's a living being. Because until it comes out, and I'm not saying that we should allow abortions up until the 3rd trimester. I'm saying that just because it has a heartbeat doesn't mean dick. Contraception equals beginning of life. Conception equals beginning of life. Contraception equals prevention of life creation. That's very, very true. Conception does equal beginning of life, but people fuck for fun, and so do animals. You were still alive, Johnny. Right, I was still alive. Right. But my point was, my body was dead, technically, had ceased living for a series of maybe a minute. Again, you're not your body, and you don't show up right the minute the sperm and the egg meet. Your body has a lot of growing to do, and it takes a lot of time to get in there. Like Aaron with Eric July, I'm not getting involved, says Mr. Q. Probably the best thing. Like I said, I thought I was going to get in trouble today because, again, too much stuff about religion was going to happen, and I knew this kind of shit would happen, where people are like, oh, but, abortion is immoral. And it's like, I'm sorry. Religious people are immoral. They're moral to the fault of their religion. And, people tend to believe, especially, no offense, no, it wasn't, hun. You were still living on that table. I wasn't on a table. I was on a bed, 1. And 2, my point is, my heart and my body, those things, because of my condition, they don't obey me. They do whatever they want. Completely devoid of my will. Because me, my will, who I am, what's trapped in here, that is not all of this. There's a theory if guys use a cactus wedge loaded with menstrual juice and squeeze that aloe into their asshole, men can have babies. Thank you, Atomic Ray. That's where we needed to be. Here's what I'll say about this. Everyone that I see defending the whole life thing always is someone that I can very easily see putting things on kids because, again, you see behaviors and you have to put it in your mindset. You have to process it through your lens. And women in particular, especially from the view set of watching Ivy's mother, women in particular, when you're nurturing that life inside and you're bonding it and everything else, you view this as such a precious thing. I watched a person who could understand and accept jokes. Now it's just, no, how could, something happening to a child is not funny. Right. In reality, it's not funny. But when you pitch it this way or that way or whatever, like, again, the idea that a joke can't be allowed. And, again, if the right was allowed the Bible to... they would not have sex outside of marriage, wouldn't have any sort of birth control at all. Right. Right. Again, it's not like contraception is the religious way of the land. The religious way of the land is you don't jerk off. All right? Keep in mind, the uber religious Speaker of the House regularly keeps track of his son's masturbatorial habits because that's holy. For me, that's holy pedophile alert. And it's also highly hypocritical. Because even if the son is keeping track of his masturbatory habits, he has the whole gets to have sex with his wife thing. And also, that's the other thing. Religion is entirely cool with man and wife continually having sex without it being for procreation. What if, so can women take a morning after pill? Rusty Grammar, that guy is straight up fucking weird. No, what he is he's openly devoutly religious. He is exactly what he says he is. He's a person who is held in check by religion because without religion, he's a horrible person. Even with it, it's kind of sus. My heart hurts for you, Johnny. It's not fair, the trial you have been given. My heart hurts for all of you people who literally, like, you take the pearls of wisdom that I have plucked from my horrible endurances, and I've been like, no. From what I've personally seen, I can guarantee you that that's not the way it is. And oh, that's so sad that you don't see how you're wrong. I have this feeling in my heart, and you have personal experiences and knowledge. It's so sad. Nah, don't feel bad for me. Don't have your heart hurt for me. You know why? Because this all came out of nowhere. I didn't do anything. I wasn't a devoutly religious or anti-religious person. I had very passive religious beliefs until all of this happened. And then it did, and I realized one inevitable truth. Organized religion is a complete and utter scam and a lie. God does exist, sure. I'm willing to believe there's a spirituality to life, especially now more than ever where I've realized how much of me isn't this. But what I do realize wholeheartedly is that technically my daughter was literally operating on autopilot for the first couple months of her life. All she did was sleep and eat, and all of the behaviors that she had. My body goes through behaviors that I don't want it to. I'm there when I witness it. It's like someone else is driving. And so, like I said, I'm fine with people not accepting my view of reality. That's fine. I can completely understand where people get their beliefs from and how they cling to them so fervently. But like I said, with what I've endured, if there were ever a silver lining, and you know what? Where's Gino? Somebody clip this and send this to Gino. Gratitude alert, man. I'm actually grateful for one thing I realized today with my condition. I realized that, one, I am wholly, it's fucking massive balls. I don't know, I have balls. They are pretty good. But like I said, I realized, especially today, completely that, one, I am a completely spiritual person who believes wholeheartedly in existence beyond this life. I do. In a sense that we're more than this physical being. But I also believe wholeheartedly that every person who tells you, I know exactly how it works, here's the rules, this is the way that it happened, these are the things, God built this, that, they're lying to you. They are 110% lying to you. I've been closer to death than a lot of people. I have been on multiple drugs, both in the death attempt and in the medical field. I've endured a lot of shit that people, I saw God. No, you know what I was? I was high. You know how I know that? I've been high before. I've tripped balls before, so I can actually tell what it's like when they start, shutting you down for a little bit on fentanyl, or when your body starts kind of turning off on you in a bed. Oh, this is like being high. I'm sure Job felt the same way. Job? You mean Job? But Job still had faith, and I don't know how he did after the hell he went through. Again, because some people... Again, I have faith. I just know that my faith isn't anything that's taught by any official religion. And all of those official religions have done horrible shit. Like, for example, if we want to get back into it, do you know the basis of all Christianity and everything is Catholicism, right? Right? Let's get stupid for just 1 second. Catholicism was actually built out of the fall of the Roman Empire because the Roman Empire was losing control of their empire, but they needed a way to hold on to it. And there was this guy named Jesus. He was really big with a lot of the local poor people. And because of that, sorry, Yaruto, but I'm on a roll. And because of that, they thought, hey, we could escape persecution if we just suddenly become endorsers of this religion. And so they did. Almost virtually overnight, the Catholic Church built itself out of the Roman Empire. Do you need any proof? Guess where the Vatican is? Right. This religion that built itself out of the Middle East and a group of Hasidic Jews, where it all started, the grassroots movement, you know, in Jerusalem, where Israel is right now. Right. But the Vatican, the head of the Catholic Church, was Rome. What the fuck? And then after that, the Catholic Church, which was built out of the ashes of the Roman Empire, it didn't have any effect on the world whatsoever, except for the part that the Catholic Church was responsible for sanctifying the kings and queens of all of the nations. Like I said, if any of the gods in these organized religions actually existed, they would have a severe problem with some group of people and would have probably caused some sort of wholly unbelievable Holocaust to have happened to annihilate those people. But it's always people acting on behalf of God. And that's, again, where the abortion thing goes. For me, I don't, like, one, I don't think you should get to heartbeat level, but again, you're not a living being because you have a heartbeat. Plenty of people exist on a vegetative state, have a heartbeat, but they'll die without that machine. Oh. I actually have to tell people that I don't want to be put on a ventilator because I don't want to be trapped in this because, oh, it's going to be so sad if he's dead. Let's just leave him on here. He has a heartbeat. He's a living being. No, I'm trapped in a fucking skin cell. I got half a chub. You got half a chub. I've got a whole one. I don't even hate anything that I'm doing right now. We're flying through the show. It's 3:30. We've got another 2 hours of program. I'm cutting fast and loose. I'm trying to avoid getting too upsettingly racial. But I'm having a really hard time because something about these mass groups of thieves in stores are pissing me off. Can't Fall in the Grate saying, boner, boner, booby, boner. All right, thank you. Then not stands. I have no idea. Stoning people to death was the punishment back then for criminal activity. Small egg picker. Yeah, stoning people to death, that's another one of those things where people assume that was a religious act. And that's, again, because of, I think, the quote, let ye who has no sin cast the first stone. But the casting of the stones, the actual stoning thing, was actually just a punishment. That wasn't a religious thing. That's another one of those things that we've shuffled it in there, and it kind of got fit in there. Like, they'll stone her because they're no. That's just how they dealt with shit back then, because they didn't have guns. Consistent Mike saying I'd put Jesus in my poop chute and hit him with the Titanic door. David Chandler saying I kind of like Chipmunk Johnny. Yeah, I'm sorry. YouTube is completely dicked, and I don't think I can stop it and reload it independently. I'd have to stop and reload the entire show, and since I'm on 3 platforms, 2 of the 3 are perfectly fine. So I'm like, it feels like a lot. I don't want to. And so, you know what? If you enjoy Chipmunk Johnny, then you know what? God works in mysterious ways. Ryan Dairy Llama saying they had swords and slingshots and clubs also. You're right. But when they were going to hand out a punishment that the people could really get in on, throwing rocks was a thing that everybody could get a rock, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to make it an elitist thing where, see, look, as they won't admit this, but back then, people were pretty woke. And we don't like to admit it, but swords, slings, clubs, I mean, what are you, living high on the hog? I mean, what are you, one of the middle class? Some of us poor serif people, man, we don't even have shoes. We got to pick up the rocks just so we don't step on them. And that's what we can throw. Small egg picker. Nobody has hot cross buns. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. No idea. No idea whatsoever. Quick reminder, we are funded into December 6th. So everything we get funding-wise today, tomorrow, whatever, is all just rolling into that goal. Let's cut to this. A list of... we have a list of most common cars to be driven drunk. So we've got the definitive American DUI list. Would you like to see the American DUI list in terms of choice of vehicle? Hit the wrong button. It's not a conspiracy. I kind of think we would. We're gonna go into it anyway. My arse been sniping at the grass. I'm so hungry. Thank you for that line. Did anyone name that movie? I know what one it is. It's spoiler. Clive Owen was in it. But yes, Ford F-150. F-150 on the list. Ooh, do we have an F-150? There's no F-150 on the list. Not in the top 10. Not in the top 10. Ford pickup. We do have Fords. But do we have any guesses on numero uno? Any guesses on number one? You know what? We're going to start dick-teasingly slow with number 9. Or number 10, I should say. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Mercedes, yeah, I have an F-150. Dear Butch, yeah, it's got to be the F-150 guys that are doing all the drunk driving. I have an F-150. Wait a minute. What are you saying? Nothing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I could see how that'd be a good drunk driving vehicle. You know, it's very intuitive and just very, very comfortable. What's Cheese Drive? I don't know what Cheese drives. I will say this: when he's drinking, I've never seen Cheese drive. So, does Cheese drunk drive? I hate to say it. What if Cheese is remarkably responsible about his drinking with regards to driving? Escape. You weren't you conceived in an F-150? Who, me or Dear Butch? Because me, that is complete slander. Dear Butch, possibly. Old Cutlass. All right, so we're starting out number 10, ranking in at number 10, the GMC Sierra. That's right, Johnny, the GMC Sierra. When you need to get out, get on the road, and more importantly, do it while you've tied a few on, you need the GMC Sierra. All right, then number 9. Clocking in at number 9, we have the Chevrolet Silverado. That's right. We have our first Chevy, the Silverado, at number 9. That is a remark. Unfortunately, I hate to say this. I'm a competitive person, but this is one case where I hate to say Ford finished above Chevy. At number 8, the Ford Ranger. That's right, everybody. Stranger danger in the Ford Ranger, because he's drinking an entire bottle of Bacardi spiced rum. And ranking number 7, the BMW 7 Series. That's what I call ironic. On brand, I like it. The 7 Series. It's not your favorite vehicle to fucking drink drive in, but you will drunk drive in it if you can. Drink drive, too, if you can. Don't. After that, it's the Subaru WRX. Now, let's ask a question. How much of the Subaru WRX drunk driving is from women coming home from the lesbian bar? And they just kind of like, it didn't happen. They tied a few too many on. They were really hoping to jam some clam in the car, and it would like, the alcohol would wear off, but it didn't happen, and now it's just, Just, blue hair isn't happy. Riding Dirty Llama saying, I have a Sierra, 20 years old and still going. Hey, man, I don't want anyone to think I have some sort of vehicular preference. Personally, I think vehicles are like cats. Everyone is different. Literally, everyone. Could be the same make, model, or breed, as we sometimes call them. But ultimately, everyone is different. They have their own personalities. You just got to get to know them. But when they're on the first quarter of the assembly line, they're just metal parts. See, because it's the abortion thing again. All right, I only got a Silverado, a Ranger, and a Focus, says Mr. Q. All right, well, Ranger's on the list. Silverado's on the list. Let's hope Focus doesn't land in here somewhere. Coming up next after the WRX, we have our first Dodge entrance with the Dodge Dakota. Ranking in at number 5, the Dodge Dakota. Named after one of our great states, the Dodge Dakota, where the founding fathers were like, hey, how about a beer? All right, after that, we're going back abroad with the Audi A4. Number 4, the Audi A4. What is it with Germans being like, not only will this vehicle be referred to by its maker and a number, but that number will be the perfect number for how many people, like on an overall scale, choose to use this vehicle to get completely bum-fucked up in and drive home. Found is true in the top 4. You need precision and German engineering. When it comes to drinking, just a little bit of the Pisswasser on your way home. The first one to break the streak at number 3, the BMW 4 Series. The BMW 4 Series coming in at number 3, with being the number 3 choice vehicle to drunk drive in. Number 2, we're down to 2. I'm proud to say that when it comes to number 1 and number 2, we can say USA. Get it? Because we can't count. Number 2 is still all American. Number 2, ranking in at number 2, Chevy S10. Drunk driving in the S10, where the S just stands for sad. I thought the S stood for sober. Hell no. Most of them are schnockered. Alrighty, there we go. And number 1. It's all come down to this. Of course it's BMW. Yes, of course it's BMW, Trucker 18 minute. It's all come down to this. We've held off. We've done the slow burn. We didn't just show the list. We will pull up the list with the graph so you can see the intensity of the differences of the rankings. But we've held off for this. The number 1. And I need to get a drum roll for these. The number 1 vehicle in America to decide you've had enough and it's time to go home, why don't you just drive your own? Is the one, the only, the Ram the Ram 250. There's no F, asshole. I could have swore it would have been a Ford. The Ram 2500, not 250, dickbag. 2500. The Ram 2500. Well, you don't dodge it, ram it. Of course you don't dodge it. How are you supposed to dodge it when you're seeing double? I've got 2 pedestrians, 1 for each of you. Fucks yeah, ram it, says Fall in the Great. Right? The Ram. The one, the only, the Ram. And by the way, the Dodge Ram taking it far and away more. The national average, is this like people per month? I don't know. I'm guessing this is people in a given period, but the national average is just under 20. The GMC Sierra comes in at just under 30. Everyone else kind of goes up, by about a factor of 1 to maybe 2. 1, maybe 2. 1, 1, 1, maybe 2. 4 or 5. Holy fuck, 10? Why is it the like, again, it's a noticeable, just gradual climb, but then we get to the top 2, and those guys have got something to prove. No, I'm gonna prove, as a proud Chevy S10 owner, that yes, I might be literally suffering from alcohol poisoning right now, but also I'm gonna puke at every red light and fall asleep on the way home, and it's gonna be awesome. I can do it. Damn, I owned all of them but the BMW, says Mr. Q. Mr. Q, what are you trying to say? Mr. Q, I have questions now. Mikey Tumek says Corvette isn't on the list. I'm safe then. No, this is the 10 most popular. I'm sure if we extended the list long enough, every vehicle becomes one that has a significant number of drunk driving in. I'm so glad the Ford Flex was nowhere near here. Because I certainly have never, ever driven under the influence, especially while I own my Ford Flex. Not once. Removing my camera for absolutely no reason. Also about to mute my mic. No reason. All right, let's get back over here. Thank you for being part of the show. We're having a good time. I'm going to prove that I can really ram it in there. I'm a pro, says St. Caesar. That's because it's an old people car, says Bird Collector. Right? It is an old people car. But I'll say this. I'd like one. A Corvette would be nice. The ability to speak would be even better. All right, we are about 10 minutes from our third and final hour. We're going till 5:30, though, so we have a half hour after that. Let's clear our first hour stories off of the board. We really took a while to get going through those. Oh, boy. And there's other ones that are going to get even more fun as we get going into this. So, let's pull the audio down for just a minute and pull up all of these stories. We're going to talk about a video that is seeing a significant amount of... I got to pause this before it starts. A significant amount of, I don't know, I guess fire for American Airlines. They're under fire. They've got some trouble with apparently how they're handling handicapped people's equipment on their planes. So I thought, as someone who is handicapped and recently had to start using a wheelchair myself, I have maybe a personal view to wager here. All right. Audio back up. Everything seems good. We're good. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'll simply read this 100 bits from Labglass saying, Johnny, I'm pooping. Also, boobs. Thank you for the 100 bits. Riding Dirty Llama. I want a Buick Lucerne. I know I'm not 80 years old. That dealer guy trying to control me. You know what you are? You're not 80s. You're not 80 years old. Neither is Aaron Imholt, and I think he also wants a Buick Lucerne. Bishop saying, my will to live is gone. The system won. What do you mean the system won? How did the system win? Why is your will to live gone? Now I have to know. And drop an M&M. On Timey Van Ponton. Hello, sir. Hey, how you doing? Riding Dirty Llama saying that car was a comfy-ass ride. Yeah, a lot of people say that about the Buick. But is it good for drunk driving? Because maybe that's why Aaron doesn't have one. It's not good for drunk driving. His current one is, though. Totally, right? Totally. All right. So let's get into this. Full front and back bench seats. Yeah, my Ford Galaxy, if I ever get it, it's got the bench seats. I like those. Nice. No, it might be good for getting laid in. What do I need to worry about that for? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go over to this. We have a story from American Airlines reacting to a video that's gone viral. Unfortunately, I am having trouble finding the viral video, so we'll just go to the news agency that talks about the viral video. And where is it? There it is. Boop. Boop, boop, boopity boop. Bang.
Airlines is reviewing a video that went viral on TikTok showing a passenger's wheelchair crashing onto the tarmac. And you can see it tumble down and bounce over a metal barrier. It's brought renewed attention to the hardships experienced by disabled travelers.
Hold on.
Onto the tarmac. And you can see it tumble down and bounce over a metal barrier. It's brought renewed attention to the hardships experienced by bounce over a metal barrier. Wheelchair crashing onto the tarmac. And you can see it tumble down and bounce over a metal barrier. It's brought renewed attention to the hardships. See it tumble down and bounce over a metal barrier. It's brought renewed attention to the...
So what are they supposed to do exactly? Is it their fault that gravity is a thing? The plane isn't exactly on the ground. Oh, why? Saint Caesar. Johnny eating some nuts, I see, getting ready for Gino's next visit. No. These are Brazil nuts, also known as... No. These are M&Ms. I mean, they're peanut M&Ms. But they're M&Ms. Though I should stop eating. I'm doing a show. Right and Dirty Llama says replace it. Yeah, I feel like that person's going to need a replacement. Just in general. But yes, they're catching flack for that. If you can afford to go, no offense. If you can afford to go on a plane, odds are you can afford to get that wheelchair fixed. Not out of your pocket, by the way. Odds are you have some form of medical coverage that will replace a broken wheelchair. Brazil nuts. Right! They're Brazil nuts. God, Rumble exclusive day this morning was awesome.
The hardships experienced by disabled travelers. American Airlines released a statement saying in part, quote, "This visual is deeply concerning and..."
The most concerning part is that you guys saw it.
We are gathering more details so that we can address them with our team. We will continue to work hard to improve our handling of assisted devices across our network. And they also promised to install wheelchair movers and lifts at airports with high mobility device traffic, but did not provide a timeline for that.
Right, because they're going to do it.
When Fido wants a drink.
When Fido wants a drink.
Hey guys, 100 Johnny, I'm done pooping. Hence, boo 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 bees.
Thank you for supporting our program. I don't know why. Oh, Jesus. The camera's off. I don't know why I need to be clued into your poops. I don't know how that became a thing.
If you make me poop on myself, mister.
All right. So, Janine Moose. Again, what does she have on people? There's no other justifiable reason. She's got evidence on somebody. She's holding them blackmailed to keep her job. I don't know why. She's horrible at it. Small egg picker with a whole bunch of poop in the chat. Thank you for bringing the brown down. Small egg picker. Love seeing all of you on the show, on the Twitch, the the Rumble, the YouTube. Job liked it in the butt. Is how he made it through the destruction of Sodom. He got, get it?
The self-loathing Jew.
Sodomized.
To me,
No. Wait. We'll get there. Come on. Showmanship. You should understand this. We're gonna build to this. Trucker 18 with Janine Moose. No! Yes, that's exactly how I react anytime I click a story and I see that the story is brought to me by Janine Moose. I go, no, I wanted to cover this. No! And then I immediately bail. Because again, that woman's voice is horrible, all right? It's grating on the ears. And that's me saying it, all right? Someone whose prepubescent voice hasn't left him since he was 17. He's slowly reaching the age of a senior citizen every year, one step closer. But still, hey, hi guys, how you doing? I guess my balls will drop, maybe. It kind of sucks. But that ass fuck is still... Again, what does she have? And on who? I want her to name names.
He's gotta puke! He's gotta puke!
Thank you for the sticker, was fill some holes. Let's do a quick check on the sticker party situation to see where that's at. Sticker party on. And 400 bits away from another sticker party. Really close to one of those. We'll leave it up just in case. If you don't know, the sticker party thing right down here at the bottom, there's an icon somewhere over there on the screen. Now, you click that icon, you can do stickers for bits and some, I think, for... No, stickers just for bits. And then you can also, when it's a sticker party, use all of them for free. All right, so but there's no sound drops on the sticker party. We just have some fun music. Before a sticker party happens, because it would look weird on this, let's get to this video. John Lovitz has been making the rounds, calling out people over their takes on the Israel-Hamas war. Now, John Lovitz, if you didn't know, is Jewish, hence he might have, I don't know, a pony in this race. No, screw you. I want to play this on my speed, my way. The way he called them out, the people we're talking about in particular, and you know what? We're going to actually see if we can do this on YouTube before we go to this. I bet we can pull up just the interview portion without going through your website, because Fox is, again, apparently so desperate for money they have to milk ads out of people. All right, so, John Lovitz. 4 years ago, Bernie Sanders AOC, none of this, the stuff, fuck you, god damn it all, none of this the stuff I need it to be. Alright, fine. Let's get back over to here then. We'll go to the John Lovitz one. On here. After we get done with another ad for Suck Order Tees.
It's called a self-loathing Jew. And to me, the best example of that now is Bernie Sanders, who's just disgusting and says he's not a communist, he's a democratic socialist. And you know what the difference is between a communist and a democratic socialist? A democratic socialist is somebody you vote for, and then they take all your money and give it back what they think you need. A communist, they just appoint themselves. There's no election, and they do the exact same thing. That's the only difference. Bernie Sanders makes 107.
I mean, is he wrong? Just hold on. I'd like to fact check. Is he wrong on that? I kind of think he's not wrong. And again, I don't fault him for having a foot in the Israel side of the fence. But self-loath, and you can't say it's anti-Semitic now. And now he's about to do the part, and he knows this, that every Jewish person hates. He's about to get into the money numbers. Uh-oh.
174,000. He goes, it's wrong. And it's taxed, right? So that means he's living on for, and then they take all your money and give it back what they think you need. A communist, they just appoint themselves. There's no election. And they do the exact same thing. That's the only difference. Bernie Sanders makes 174,000. He goes, it's wrong. And it's taxed, right? So that means he's living on half that a year, and he has 3 homes. That's normal. So what? I have 3 homes. That's normal.
No, it ain't.
No, it isn't. Not on that salary.
I'm sorry. It's factually accurate. Small egg pickers. So, like when Aaron does prize draws. Wait a minute. What? What do you mean, like when Aaron does prize draws? Oh. Oh. Again. That's normal. No, it isn't. Not on that salary. Oh, take the money and give it back. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. No. He didn't say take the money and give it back. What he said he said Democratic Socialists take all of your money and give you what they think you need. He said communism does the same thing. There's just no election. Nobody elected them. They just take all your stuff and they give you what they think you need. They do the same thing. Again, he wasn't saying they take the money and give it back. Nobody gives it back. He's saying they give you back what they think you need. They take all your money, they take all of your possessions, whatever. They take all your stuff and they give you back what they think you need. So, again, the more I look at this homeowner, the more he looks like Jonah to me. Speaking of Jonah, guess who got a hold of me a little while ago, like a couple weeks ago, asked if I'd do a comedy gig in December. One Jonah Maddox. Means we're returning to the Beaver. So do come out and enjoy a show with Johnny at the end of December at the Silly Beaver, baby. Let's get back to John Lovitz. Calling Bernie Sanders a self-hating Jew. If I could call Bernie Sanders a self-hating Jew, I would be so happy. But he's doing it, and he gets to. Hooray.
And he's saying, we shouldn't have money for, Fund Israel, and the squad, those people. And you just look, it's no secret. They're horribly anti-Semitic. What's that name? Rashida Tlaib, right? She goes, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. In her office, there's pictures of it. She's got a map and it posted over Israel. It says Palestine. I mean, she's Palestinian. I get it. You know what I mean? But she's spreading lies. She said that the Israel bombed the hospital and killed 500 people. And then after they proved that Israel did not fire the bomb and the United States proved it, and that the bomb hit the parking lot, not the hospital, and the bomb was fired by jihad terrorists, and they have video of it where it's coming from, not from Israel, from Gaza, and turning around and hitting the parking lot. She's never taken the tweet down.
Well, again, I mean, are you going to take a tweet down when it's like, hey, look at all these horrible people that were murdered and, Israel's engaging in war crimes, and you're like, no, that's not, they're defending themselves. No, they did do that, though. Again, there's no good side on this. I understand him defending it. And this is the thing I respect about him. He gets Rashida Tlaib is on the other side of it. And to her, she's a Palestinian. She sees this as a Palestinian country and her people. And he gets it. But he's not okay with everything she does. It's just, I'm having a hard time hating him. I don't know if I ever did, but good God, I like everything he's saying. It's almost like I wish he was a politician. Why is it none of the people in politics are always the ones talking where I'm like, God, I wish the people that run our country thought and talked like you do?
Or said, I made a mistake. So how can you listen to anything she says? The Democrats were always pro-Israel. Most Jews in America were Democrat, and now they're just against. You can't say the Squad, they're not against Israel when they say BDS, boycott, divest, and sanction.
The Squad is The Squad is filled with a bunch of people, most of which I think who are Muslim, and then one of them who is AOC. So yeah, I hate to tell you this, I'm the Squad anti-Semitic, the Squad anti-Israel. There's a surprise. The Squad is full of a bunch of stupid people who actually have kind of okayed and brushed under the bridge horrible things that Muslim groups have done. And then they've also continually pushed the message that white men are the bringers of all evil. Right.
They go, let's give all that money away from Israel, give it to the Hamas. That's what they would say. That's what they want. They want to get rid of Israel. Well, just because you want to get rid of Israel doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic. Well, yeah, it kind of does, because it's a Jewish state. We want to get rid of the Jewish state of Israel. Their flag has a Jewish star on it. I mean, yeah, it is. Anti-Zionist.
Is it anti-Semitic to want the Jewish state to just move somewhere else? Yeah, because here's where I have a problem with the Jewish state. The Jewish state said, fuck all the rest of you because our religion dictates it. We need this particular space. And then people within your religion said it's kind of against your religion to have a Jewish state. So again, it's just one of these things where I'm like, not a good guy, but okay.
Zionism is an anti-Jewishness. You go, yeah, it is. Of course it is. What else could it be? It's part of being Jewish. The Jewish star's on the flag, but you're not against Jews. You know what AOC said?
The Jewish star's on the flag, but you're not against Jews. Look, if you're not against Jews, look, I can honestly say you can be against Israel and not be against Jews. You can be against Israel for the simple fact, and I'm sorry, buddy, but the actual fact that people in a land where they were native and living there were uprooted so Jewish people could migrate there and have their own place. You could say that people should give the land back to the American Indians. That doesn't mean you're anti-American people. Doesn't mean you want anything to happen to those people. You just think that that country belongs to those people. That doesn't mean you're against... Again, being against Israel doesn't necessarily mean you're against Jewish people. It does, however... does really, really pair well if you are against Jewish people. Like, it's really easy to hate Israel. Like, I get a lot of the people who hate Israel are against Jewish people. But, again, they don't want to talk about that, Johnny. They don't want to talk about what? About how their country was formed? About how we were not guilted, but how they demanded for the crimes of World War II that they just be given a country where a bunch of people were already living? Look, I believe wholeheartedly that after all this time has passed, there's been enough people born and raised in Israel to be like, no, this is our homeland. This is our homeland. You know how I know that? My grandfather was in World War II. My dad and I were not. And much like my grandfather, someone's grandfather could have been in the Holocaust, his father and he could have grown up in Israel. So to them, that's their land. They've been there. All right.
I don't care what party she's in. I think she's cute, but she's an idiot. You know what she said?
No.
And she said it on video. I tell people she said it. She didn't say that. I go, she filmed herself saying it. She videoed herself saying it in her kitchen. Right? She goes, 29. A lot of people my generation, because of climate change, are asking themselves, should they have children? And I think it's a good question. And I think, maybe they shouldn't. Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay. So you're telling all the people of your generation don't have kids. Then, in 50 years, there's nobody left on the earth, moron. There'll be no one left to breathe your clean air.
I love him, moron. Oh, they don't want to talk about this. The ADL would like to speak to me. Why would the ADL like to speak to me? I don't have a problem with Jewish people. I just have a problem with people who act like Israel is completely innocent and everything. Because, again, as we just heard John Lovett say about Rashida Tlaib. And look, I get it. You want to defend your state? Look, I get it, but you did kind of, I don't know, uproot a group of people and just take a land that was yours because your religion said so. And it also happens to be the place where they think their religion started. And if you look into the beginning of that shit, and God have I. Again, organized religion is nothing but a scam because if any god that's depicted in organized religion is stood by and just let what has happened in the name of organized religion and everything else just continue going, then that god doesn't deserve your worship. And quite frankly, I wouldn't want to worship any being like that. Anyways, let's get towards this. We have a article from The Atlantic this week. They have they've put the nail in the coffin of Donald Trump. Blame the UK. Blame the UK for what? What are we blaming the UK for? I'll blame the UK all day. What do we got? Small Egg Picker saying, I'm impartial despite being Christian. Call me when World War III kicks off. Yeah, it seems like we could get there close. We could get there close. God bless. Everything is Jewish, Johnny. So then what do they wear? Then why do they need Israel? Don't they have enough? Small Egg Picker. Dude, I don't know about that specifically being the rule, but like I'm saying, there's so many things throughout history. People have been so horrible in the name of religion in so many ways. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I'm not saying there's no God. I believe wholeheartedly in like a spiritual existence beyond this mortal. I'm just saying the ones that they're selling you aren't. Anyways, who cares what I know or believe? This is our next story. Again, we have it from The Atlantic. TheAtlantic.com. Wanted us to see this story. You know what? I'm going to just pull it up on the screen, and I'm just going to leave it here for a second. And I'm going to read the headline. And I'm going to give you a moment for reality to sink in that, yes, this is a real story someone ran. Has anyone noticed that Trump is really old? I mean, come on. And they even address it in the byline of the story. The fucking Small Egg Bear. Then what the fuck is Biden? If Trump is old, Biden is dead. Right. Don't worry. They address that front and center. Has anyone noticed that Trump is really old? He's younger than Biden, but not by much. Right, but what are our alternative options? I'll be the first one to tell you I'd love someone younger than Trump or Biden. But we don't have anyone younger than Trump or Biden that looks like they have a chance at winning. It's looking like it's going to come down to Trump or Biden. And so if you're like but guys, Trump is really old, so we should double down and go for the guy that's even older? What's Phil Hall saying? Double Lot Buckshot shall defend my house. Well, best of luck. God bless. Toastmaster, you've seen him without his war paint. He looks ancient. Which one, Trump or Biden? Because the answer is both. Alrighty, Donald Trump is an old man. He's 77 years old. When Trump was born, Harry S. Truman was president. All right, look, I'm having trouble reading through the story, and I want to, so I'm going to say this once right now. Biden celebrated his 81st birthday a couple days ago. So I don't know if you know this or not, man, but take the temperature of the room. The whole Trump's really old. He's 77. Yeah, the other guy's 81. If it's between the two of them, you're making my argument for me. Perry Como topped the year's pop charts. Betty White hadn't yet started her career in film. Israel and Pakistan didn't even exist, get it? And Korea was a unified country, and Vietnam was not. The pioneering computer ENIAC, or ENAC, was just 4 months old. Trump's cultural references are dated, and it's only getting more so. Again, the other guy is even older. Oh, God. What's your point? Yeah, I'm kind of starting to feel that way about this whole thing. What's your point? You know what? This gives me, This feeds my belief that we're slowly building towards Newsom being the guy that they're going to announce and throw in here. They're going to throw Newsom at us because that's why they're doing all of this. And by the way, thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We've got all three chats up. We hear you and see you from all three. Even if YouTube sounds like dog shit because of a problem with Streamlabs. I'm sorry. All right, so back to the Trump article. Cultural references are getting more so. Elton John and the Rolling Stones headline his rally playlist. Who cares? When, as president, he had a chance to award the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, his selections included Babe Ruth, who died in 1948, and Elvis, who died in 1977. The same goes for his political touchstones. His view of immigration, in which foreign countries dispatch their undesirables en masse. So you just decided to ignore all of reality when writing this article. I mean, I don't know if I need to tell you this or not, but we've been dealing with a lot of illegal immigrants, a lot of them not behaving the best, and I'm sorry, plenty of them being kind of downright criminals. So I'm kind of like, So let's get past that. Okay, his trade policy is steeped in 80s-era fears of Japan. He rallies against communists and Marxists like a cold warrior of yore. Again, you should be rallying against communists and Marxists if you're a defender of capitalism. Because again, communists and Marxists are against capitalism. So you should kind of be like, hey, they're against us, so we shouldn't be for them. Just saying. That's just the way it works. One. And where is this fears of Japan? Trump doesn't have fears of Japan. His communist Marxist things were against China. You know, the country our current president is kind of being bought by left, right, and sideways. Oh, but they don't want to say that in there. We can't mention that. We can't mention he's against China. Because, again, we would have to make it be like, hey, and can you believe this? He's against China. Yeah, isn't our president being like, we have to be firm with China? But, yeah, right. You're being a dick. All right, so Trump's older sister died recently. You guys are just being. Now you're just sticking the knife in and twisting it. Oh, she died at the age of 86. Yeah, she died, and she's only 5 years older than Biden. Women tend to live a lot longer than men. So I got to wonder, will Biden make it another 4 years as president? And these days, Trump seems to struggle with mental acuity. At a rally in Iowa, he confused Sioux City with Sioux Falls. Oh my God! He confused Sioux City with Sioux Falls. 2 different cities with vastly similar names. Joe Biden forgets where he is and then just stops talking and walks off. What the hell? Guys, I got a really killer idea. You know all the arguments they make about Biden? Let's make the same ones about Trump. Then we can point out how he's too old to be in office. And then what are they going to say? That Biden is? You guys defend him, so Biden's got... No. Biden called on a dead lady. Yeah. Evil Gandhi. Yeah, Johnny, you know the thing. I don't know the thing, but we'll pretend I do. Because we have an hour left in the program, and I'm having a great time. Japan, the original suicide bombers. Oh, come on. It's only if they ran out of ammunition. I am a horrible person, but I'm becoming fine with it. All right. So again, mental acuity had to be corrected by a state senator. Yeah, because our president never has to be corrected. So much so that he's allowed to only do speeches if they're pre-written for him. And even then, we've got his wife, a.k.a. Handler, always waiting in the wings to come grab Joe if he starts firing from the cuff. He said that Kim Jong-un rules a nation of 1.4 billion, appearing to confuse the North Korean leader he so admires with China's
R.I.P. Cheer 100.
Thank you, Wes Filsamoles. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 100 bits. So, again, he said that Kim Jong-un rules a nation of 1.4 billion, appearing to confuse the North Korean leader he so admires with China's Xi Jinping. You know, the leader our nation's current president so admires. Well, not so much so admires, but owes. Our current president owes Xi Jinping. You know, because China bought the Biden family. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, and you know, if I disappear, y'all, it's cause Nick come got me because I'm speaking truth. Alrighty, he has on multiple occasions mixed up his past election opponents, confusing Barack Obama for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and Jeb Bush and George W. Bush, the campaigning governor of Ron DeSantis put together a long thread of such mix-ups. He's fired fast and loose from the cuff and said so many gaffes that to point out he has gaffed, I'm sorry, you're not going to win me there. He often speaks like someone who doesn't know what he's talking about, but talks with complete confidence about what he's talking about, and will say something completely inaccurate and wrong. So to say he's doing that now, and that is proof of his declining mental ability, I will say I'm sorry, but I have to call bullshit. Matthew Towley YT_2 saying, what's up? I'm sorry I didn't get that sooner. I like getting new people in the chat. What's up? Good. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you. We're going for another hour. We've got a lot to do in that time. And we don't have anything here, so let's clear that off. So, F off. You won't let me stop the stupid ad. So you'll skip forward into a story I don't want to play. And you skip to another story, so I have to play another ad. Seems like it should be criminal. Anyways, let's finish this out. All right. All of this might seem obvious, might seem blazingly obvious, or else just mean-spirited and ageist. But these signs of decrepitude are relevant because of an odd dynamic of the presidential race, which is headed inexorably to a Trump-Biden rematch that most Americans don't want. Biden's age has received intense and well-deserved scrutiny. He's already the oldest president in American history and is running for a term that would begin when he is 82. Yet, Trump's own aging has not received nearly as so much attention in the press or from the public. Next to Biden, Trump just doesn't seem as old. But he is... Oh, thank you, Angry Saxon. I had the audio on too high for that one. Your dick. Trump doesn't seem as old, but he is elderly. Less than 4 years younger than Biden. To the extent that old age is an issue for a presidential contender, it should be an issue for both. Right, but one of them is incredibly inept, and again, it's not like either one of them is barred from running based on age. I would love it, Atlantic. Who is the Atlantic writer of this piece of garbage? Oh, wait, there's still more of it. How much? Oh, my God, no. Sign up today. No, I don't want to sign up. Oh, good God. It just keeps going. Oh my God. Finally, detecting a decline in Trump may be challenging because his language and reasoning skills started at such a low place. His pronouncements in the 2016 campaign and throughout his presidency could be baffling or nonsensical. Asked at a recent event whether Trump was losing it, former Attorney General Bill Barr said, his verbal skills are limited. The audience chuckled, but Bill Barr seemed entirely serious. Biden's faculties are extremely limited. And again, the reason why Trump might not be receiving as much criticism as Biden is because, again, it's apparently going to be, like you said, the both of them. One of them's older than the other. So if age is a factor for one, yeah, it should be a factor for both. But we don't live in a fucking happy unicorn fart world where we can just go, you know what? They're too old. We can't have this. Right, yeah, sure. So the government's just going to make that happen. The government's just going to bend over and stop protecting Biden, which they've been doing for I don't know what reason. Actually, I totally do. I totally bet that they're all making a whole bunch of money on this stuff. It's not just Biden, but he's kind of, the fall guy. Anyways... So they're covering for him left, right, and sideways. He does not want to give up power. He doesn't. Because the country doesn't want him to run. Nobody wants him to run. But he's still going to run. You know who wanted Trump to run? Trump's supporters wanted Trump to run. MAGA wanted Trump to run. They want him to run again. So much so that the Republican Party has all but given up on the fact that Trump is going to be their nominee. So much so that the left is trying to imprison him at any cost so he can't be on the election. The idea that Trump has the stamina for the presidency, but Biden does not, has little evidence to back it up. It does have several features. Trump walks on his own. Trump doesn't have his wife handling him. Trump makes up his own speeches, whether he makes stuff up or not. He seems to have a lot more energy. And again, Biden has proven through falling asleep at public engagements, not being able to talk to people without reading it off of the tablet or the prep sheet. There's extensive evidence that Trump is unfit to serve as president for reasons that have nothing to do with his physical health. This has not changed. This has not changed. The idea that Trump has the stamina for the presidency, but Biden does not, has little evidence to back it up. And even if he did, that would be no reason to risk another round of his administration. Right? Because another round of his administration would, if we had, just say, the same one we had last time, I'd like to give you my reaction now, is if I'm living the same life I got to live during the Trump administration. Hold on. Let me just... Oh, thank you so much. Hold on. I have a sound drop for you. Where is it? I can afford things. I can make payments. I can save money and watch that there's an amount growing in the bank account. Not every single thing that happens is a trash fire. In fact, all of the trash fires that I remember happening involved a guy tweeting. Are you talking, seriously, do you realize that if you're like, another round of his presidency, I'm sorry, compared to this presidency that we're going through right now, here is the Trump presidency in audio form. Do we not have... Because again, the idea that Trump's presidency was a danger or a threat, I never thought it was a danger. I always laughed at the people who said, he won't give up power. If he doesn't get reelected, he won't give up power. And even if he gets reelected, he won't give up power after a second term. He has never held on to power for 1 second more than he should have. He has never held on to it, even when he disagreed with the election. So I'm sorry, I don't believe he's going to hold on to power no matter what. And love the background, says Ryder Lum. It feels a bit too pompous for me. I got it a while ago, and now we use it once in a while as a goof when we're doing stuff. But look, I'm not a fan of of organized religion. I'm not. But there is one thing about the Bible, one thing that I do believe in. The worshiping of false idols, and I don't want to be one of them. So, there we go. So that's why I was like, I can't get into it. I can't do it. The clouds thing seems too like, and I am your Lord and Savior. No. Guts Dancing saying, Johnny, hey Guts Dancing, good to see you, man. We're pumping the brakes, cooling the jets, bringing this bitch in for a landing. We got about an hour left in the show because we're fully funded into December. Thank you so much for all your support. Everything that comes in and goes through today, whether it be on our PayPal or Venmo, Streamlabs, the YouTube, the Rumble Rants, whatever, that's all just going to go towards the goals further in the month of December. Thank you so much for helping. Jesus was an alien from the planet of wine. I want to go there. All right, so let's the woman who saw 9/11 coming. Oh, you mean the Israeli operative that said nothing? Sorry, that's just again, the Atlantic. I'm not surprised that the Atlantic took the tact that they did, because it's the Atlantic. But it's just the complete lack. They address it in the article, but the complete lack of understanding of irony for you to go, guys, Trump's really old, and he might not have the mental faculties to be president. Yeah. That's what we said about Biden last election. Guess what you guys pushed? It's too late for Vince McMahon to run. He's younger than Trump and Biden and has nothing to do after TKO kicked him out of running creative for WWE. They kicked him out again? I thought he was out, and then I thought he was back in. I don't know. I don't follow any of that. I don't. As for Vince McMahon running the country, do we want that? Do we? I don't know. Like, no offense, I have no idea on his politics, his beliefs, or what kind of government he'd actually run. Did he run a very successful business? Yes. Yes, he did. I don't know. I don't know. We have a continuing series of segments about CNBC, but you know what? After the day we've had on everything, you know what? I don't even want to do it. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother with this one. We've got an hour left in the program. We still have a couple of things left, and this one dovetails nicely into the one we were talking about before. Let's now there's an interview here where they talk about it. Let's see if the interview handles everything that we need. Let's just play the interview here.
You're seeing right now is a major meltdown, mostly on the left, from operators of the Democratic Party, members of the media, and members of the celebrity class as well. And the reason that there is this meltdown going on is because Univision, as we know, is a reliable left-wing depository of Democrat talking points. And
right. And guess what they did?
They've been that way for decades. Univision is not normally regarded by a significant number of Hispanics as reliable media. This is known within the community, and Univision has a reputation, even among Democrats, as sort of a safe haven where they can go in and deliver talking points uncontested. They can say whatever they want to say about conservatives, about Republicans. They won't get pushback because the network has
and
a
that's
compelling
so great
business
for
interest
democracy
in aligning with Democrats. The network has an interest in preserving a broken immigration system because that is their best and most reliable source of new viewers. And not only do they advocate for immigration,
I didn't expect him to say it. He's literally like, look, they want these illegals coming here because they can't watch the good TV. They can only watch Univision. Get more based with it then. If you're going to say it, lean in, buddy.
Immigration, but they also advocate for the rest of the left-wing poo-poo policy platter, as I like to call it. So what does this have to do with Trump going on Univision? As we know, when Trump launched his campaign in 2015, Jorge Ramos decided to go after him. And he staged stage managed a performative heckling of Donald Trump at a press conference in Dubuque, Iowa. Trump throws him out of the press conference. And immediately there was this big talking point. Oh, Trump is anti-Hispanic. He's anti-immigrant. Look at what he did to poor Jorge Ramos. Threw him out. That only increased the bad blood that existed between Univision and Republicans and other conservatives.
Right, you're
going back years.
How long do we have? Thank God.
Univision is purchased or acquired by Televisa, which is a Mexican media giant. And although they talked about having separate operations, really the shots are called from Mexico City. So what ends up happening, as was reported in some other outlets, I guess there was, it could be said, Televisa came in, according to sources that I have at Univision at the time. They came in and they saw that Univision was, this crown jewel that they wanted to acquire, that they'd been after Univision for years. They came.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was dog shit now. Triple H is in charge, and Shawn Michaels is in charge of development. Developmental DX is running WWE right now. Oh, cool. I Googled ancient Chinese UFOs last night, and the first item was a CIA report on the origin of world religion. It's fucking weird. Oh, guts dancing. Damn it, I don't care about the Israel-Hamas temporary ceasefire shit. I've done enough of that. Look, like I said, I've landed in the same spot I've been in this whole time. There's no good side as far as I'm concerned. Everybody's fighting, everyone's cool with murdering kids, and I'm not. I'm all right with people making decisions about their bodies in early terms of
Seeing
court.
right now
But
is a major meltdown.
Yeah.
Mostly
Let's
throws him
speak-
out of the press conference.
Right, we covered that.
Really, the shots are called from Mexico's Democrat toilet, this Democrat talking point repository. And they were horrified. So they've been trying to bring in some balance into the equation. They tried to send in a president of news that would sort of balance things out, make them more fair and balanced, if you will. But what ended up happening was there was a revolt at Univision. Jorge Ramos didn't abide by this.
Right. If they've been doing this whole time. Look, there's one thing that I'll admit, and it's true on the Republican side too. If you have a talking point, Haven, the last thing you want is fairness. That's not how that works.
Other things happened. That news president ended up leaving. The previous president of news came back. So there was this resistance going on. At the same time, Televisa, some executives got into contact with Jared Kushner. And this interview happened at Mar-a-Lago. Executives came down. They brought down their anchor, Enrique Acevedo, from Mexico City to do the interview with Donald Trump. This apparently caused a huge kerfuffle among what I call the professional Latinx activist class, Democrat politicians.
Can we not call them Latinx? As far as I know, most Latin people don't like being called Latinx. I think most of them like being called Latino, Latin, or usually their name is usually what works. But I get when you're talking about them as a group. I feel like Latin or Latino is...
Democrats in the media.
What do I know? I'm white.
Professional Latinos in the media. You name it. Because there is this perception of a loss of air supremacy. The fact that they brought in Donald Trump and sat him down for an hour and just let him speak normally without trying to make a spectacle out of the interview and just have a civil conversation. And Acevedo asked some questions, all right? But what he didn't do was make himself the spectacle of the interview. He didn't performatively interrupt Donald Trump. He didn't insert talking points. He didn't make a show out of himself. And in fact, Acevedo tweeted, I'll let the answers to my questions take protagonism in all this. I'll let the answers speak for themselves. In other words, what Acevedo did is...
It's his job. I love how we're like, hey, this is unexcusable. This guy interviewed a guy, and all he did was ask him questions and let the guy answer and then go, all right, let's see how people take that. Like, again, I'm sorry, that's kind of your job. Unless your job is to actively fact-check people. You know where I want the active fact-checking? During the elections and the debates and things like that. But, again, we don't do that, because active fact-checking, and again, active fact-checking, facts have now become flexible based on which party you belong to, because, liberals don't get things right, brother, and conservatives lie, dude. All right.
Univision does not do, which is simply have the exchange, have the dialogue, and let the viewer decide. So what we have now is this entire controversy where the Democrats are up in arms. There's been a letter sent out by the Congressional Hispanic Censorship Caucus, as I call them, to try and bully Univision into falling back in line, into falling back into compliance.
Yeah, that'll go well with your...
dumpster fire is unfolding right now as we speak. Now, the funniest part of all of this is that Univision...
Oh, please, don't get funnier. I've laughed so hard during your telling of this story that I may damn near shit myself. Please don't get funnier.
hasn't even really shifted to the right. This is a one-shot interview. This is one time that they sat down with Donald Trump to try and do something level. One time.
But as we learned from CNN and history in general, the left really doesn't like it if you play fair even one time. Guys, you can't play fair one time. It's called the one-time rule. Now, I'm not saying Republicans play fair by any means. I'm just saying in general, in the past few years, we've seen a lot of instances where, again, we can't be fair even once. For example, COVID. We punished people who were against the vaccine. We punished people. We demonized people who questioned the narrative. Now we're sitting in a place where questioning the narrative, in my opinion, is the least you can do. You want to put the vaccine in your body, that's your choice. I'm a your body, your choice thing. More power to you. If you think it helps you, God bless, as some would say. But for me, myself, I don't trust it. I don't like it. I don't want that in my body. And now that there's evidence to support maybe my opinion is right on that extent, or at least I'm right to have reservations, now all those people, well, let's not talk about, efficacy rates and how bad things were and whether or not the steps were taken. How about we just agree to just let it go? No. You don't beat the shit out of me for 3 years when I'm right the whole time, and then I don't get to do a fuck you, I told you so lap. I'm going to do 3 laps in my brand new wheelchair. Anyways, let's fucking go to this one. Major meltdown. Oh my God, the news media has become melting. All right, go again.
And because of this one time, the entire left, the entire media, the activist classes, they're all up in arms. They want that continued air supremacy on Univision. And that's what you see currently unfolding.
So again, the funniest thing to me about Trump is not that I'm like, oh, Trump's a better. No, it's how divisive Trump has become this time around by no action of his own. By no action of his own. Trump didn't contact Univision. I'd like to do an interview. I can't do a Trump. Just Trump didn't contact Univision. I want to do an interview. I want to be interviewed on Univision. I think it's very good. I think it's their viewers are very bigly, and I'd like to be on Univision. No, he didn't call them and say that. He did not do that. They called him and asked him to do an interview, and he said sure. They said, hey, we won't have that cocksucker that was at your rally that other time. We've got a guy who wants to just interview you. And he went, why not? And he did the damn interview. And then he fucked off and went back to whatever the fuck he's doing right now. And none of it was his idea. But they did it. They ran with it. Now they're all losing their shit. Oh my God, Trump. Oh my God, Trump. Again, the part to me that I'm finding hilarious about all of this is he didn't do anything in this except just go on the guy's show. And now they're losing their shit. By the way, you totally make it look like you have a legit stance and like you aren't entirely running this whole thing like a shady house of cards when you're like, hey, we can't let this guy in no matter what. Don't even give him airtime. Again, it seems like it's a bit much. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm a dick. Speaking of dicks, I do not, and not those kind, keep your minds out of the gutter, you damn bastards. Alrighty, so, I have a video here. A lot of us might be traveling for the holidays. For some of us, it might be a little hectic, a little busy. And whenever you think, and we're gonna, you know what, half hour, 400 bits, we're not really worried about it. We're gonna pull that off the screen. Guys in Cartman voice.
Guys, we can't lean. Guys, we can't lean left one time. We can't.
Alrighty, so again, what are we going to do about this presidency?
Just put an old guy in it, make it lame and gay.
All right, anyway, so here we go. This video, again, for those of you that think, hey, traffic is a bitch. Oh, I hate... Here, this is for you. Remember, it could always be worse. I give you Los Angeles.
A live look at traffic. This is that annual shot we see every year. Sky Fox over the 10 and the 405. Look at that. AAA predicts more than 49 million people will drive this holiday. Wednesday night expected to be the busiest day on the roads, although I always feel like Tuesday night is, especially with this shot. The worst time estimated to be between 2 and 6 in the afternoon tomorrow. So prepare yourselves for long delays if you're hitting the roads. Now, we know the traffic is almost always bad at this time this stretch. But this picture really does say a lot.
I think people kind of stretch it out. Some are leaving tonight, taking tomorrow off. Some are taking Wednesday. Some are going, maybe if you're really going local, you go Thursday morning.
Yeah.
You're staying local.
Look how great that intersection, though, getting onto the 10. So I guess that's the way to go. Alive.
So again, why? What is worth living there for that? Jesus. One nuke would clear that right up. Jesus, death blow. I mean, you're right, but they paved over paradise and put up a parking lot. It's the wrong sound drop for that asshole. At any rate, yeah, so just remember, it could be way worse, because if I had to drive through this, I would effing kill myself. No. Oh my God, no. Oh. I was in a traffic jam today. 5 people in a roundabout. Was it because of an accident? You're just all in the roundabout at the same time? That's a traffic jam? It's a really small one. You would require Buzzy shit bucket for sure. I would like to point out to people that a mediocre personality, you might want to know this in particular. They do make they do make adult diapers that you can wear if you are going to have. Some people call it astronaut underwear. Can't imagine why. And you can wear something that would pretty much allow you to have those issues. I don't know why you'd want a bucket. Because, I mean, if you dump it out, it's just going to hit a car next to you, then that guy's going to be pissed, and then you're stuck sitting next to each other for like a day and a half, so there's going to be a conversation. It's going to be a whole big thing. Don't even bother. Well, who wants to sit in shit? I would say the ideal thing would be to, you know, poop before you leave. You know, how are you? Yeah, and how are you going to use the bucket while you're driving? I guess is my question. You're gonna pull out a bucket and sit on it? You better have an awful lot of headroom in that car. Was fill some holes. I repeat, 5. There were 5. I repeat, 5 people in a roundabout. And because we were so jammed up, none of us could get where we were going. Just going in a circle. Then one asshole behind me started playing that song. You know the one I mean. I keep going around in circles. I keep going around. Fuck you. Alrighty. So yes, the 405 is, again, making people want to be unalive. Because, Jesus, why would you? Why would you drive through that? That is our second hour stories. We have a half hour left in the show. Again, going until 5:30, fully funded into December. Thank you so much for supporting our lovely program. We appreciate it so much. For our last half hour here, we've got a couple of things. I don't know. Do I want to do the stories? I want, actually, you know what? I might want to do that story, because that one's fucking weird. And then we've got a couple of videos to go through. Why don't we do those? Because they've been sitting here for a bit, and I wanted to cover these. They came out relatively recently. 72 subscribers. That sounds about right. Alrighty, and this one's 5 minutes, so this could be a while. Okay, so all right, we got to do this story first, so I can get through this and then move on. So a man in is it Australia or New Zealand? Southwest Wales. So Australia, New South Wales, right? Australia. A New South Wales Australian man attempted to keep birds away from his cat's food with a homemade owl sculpture, but accidentally made a, quote, magpie god. Julio Kazula said he learned that magpies can be deterred with owl sculptures, but he didn't want to spend a lot of money on one. So he made his own out of paper mache and feathers. I now know it doesn't really look like an owl, but a dead cat, rather, Kazilla wrote in a comment under his TikTok video. He said the magpies initially seemed to fear his sculpture, but they eventually started to approach it and engage in behaviors Kazula said seemed like worship. I accidentally made a magpie god, he wrote. All right, let's watch the video. I want to see the magpie god. That time I made a paper mache owl to scare away the magpies, but they just began to worship it instead. They were thanking it for the treats? What the fuck? The birds are worship. Oh, Jesus Christ. And KBS is shit. Great. Let's go see if we're even live anymore. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see if this is live. Let's go to this. Let's check the audio. Audio. Froze. Let's reload it.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Audio. Froze. All right, we're good on Rumble. Let's see how we're doing on Twitch.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Audio. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's working now. I hope it is. It's going up and down. It's all over. You're fine. Yo, homie. Yeah, let's hope so. Let us hope so. Let's see how we're doing on YouTube. Still sounds like garbage. So that's, you know what? Thank you, anyone that's hanging out. There's 4 people hanging it out on, sticking it out on YouTube. Thank you very much, because it sounds like crap. Mr. Q saying thanks for animal videos are great. Yeah, no, I enjoy funny animal videos. So when they're funny and we have fun with them, we do them. We have a half hour left in the show. I'm going to warn you now if we completely die out again, and it just stuttered for a bit there. Looks good now. Yeah, it did. It stuttered for a bit there. I noticed my chat hadn't gone anywhere, and so I glanced down at the KBS and saw that it had just taken a dump right when I looked at it, apparently, because I'm glancing at my bitrate thing. And overall, that's been great, but we have, again, had the one huge dip that we're now recovering. Sounds like DSP on YouTube. Great! I sound like DSP. Life has gotten worse now. Cool. All right, so we watched the man scare off the birds. This video on YouTube will sound especially weird then. This is another one of these videos that someone posted where I said to myself, what a wonderful world. No, what I said was, why did you share this with anyone at all online? You have 72 subscribers. I dare to say I feel like that's where that should be. I'm leaving it on this just so if you can look at it, maybe you can see where we're going. If not, I don't know how to help you. But here we go. Again, sorry YouTube for having such shit reception today. I'm gonna reboot the internet later. And hopefully won't have that issue Friday. We will be back Friday. Up and down like Aaron and Gino. I mean, probably. Is he stopping by for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I won't be. That's all I know. At any rate, here we go again. A half hour left in the show. If we can keep this thing running for the next 30 minutes, that'd be great. I'd be really happy. We've had a great day. We're super happy for all the support we had. Thank you so much. And again, take it away. The video's called Uhuru. Who is Uhuru?
Aquaba, y'all. So I was just chilling outside by the sun because I can do that because I'm black. And then White Jesus came to me. White Jesus was like, Gazi. I said, what, White Jesus? And he was like, you need to train male Saxons. I said, why, White Jesus? He was like, because just.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there, and I'm going to rewind it because I have questions. So you came outside and basked in the sun, which you can do because you're black. I don't know if you know this or not. Plenty of white people can and do that as well. But it is cute. I can do that because I'm black. He kind of reminds me, right? I think he kind of reminds me of the Chris Tucker character from The Final Element. It's the greatest show I ever did. All right, that's a he. I mean, I hope so. I'm having trouble getting she. That is a remarkably masculine jaw. I'll give you some effeminate body language.
Like dogs, they need training. I said, okay, I'll do it.
All right, nope, hold on.
And he was like, you need to train male Saxons. I said, why, Jesus? He was like, because just like dogs, they need training. I said, okay, I'll.
That's an Adam's apple? That's a man that shaves. He's just a very, I'm guessing, gay man, with nothing wrong with that. But I will say this: wouldn't it be considered? Wouldn't this video maybe make some rounds as being hateful if it was even if it was a white guy, even if it was a white guy, if a white guy was like, "Yakwabe y'all, I was talking to Black Jesus the other day, and he was like, Johnny, you need to train the black man. And I'm like, why do I need to train black man? And he's like, because just like animals, they need training. That's horribly racist. Yeah, it's the same when this guy does it, but I don't know who's burning his house down. What? Train what? Yeah, what training do these men need? What training do we need? I don't know if you know this. Most of us actually have jobs. We need on-the-job training? Do we need to be trained how to, stay home and stay with our children? Do we need to be trained how to... What's the training we need?
Do it. So now I'm going to show you these well-trained male Saxons, toilet seat complexion individuals, okay? Disciples of white Jesus, okay? So let's talk to them real quick and let's see what they have to say. Uhuru? Uhuru? Do you already...
I don't want to know what he says. I'd like to point something out. That's a white guy? Look, I'll believe that a white guy is possible here, but I'd also say I don't know where we are, what we're filming. He does look like he's either on something or at the very least, like, something doesn't seem right here. Is he a junkie? Is he a street worker? Look, this doesn't look like somebody who's just got his best going on. This is a for the right price, I'll do it twice kind of thing. I'm just saying, he looks like somebody you pay for. But again, this is a white guy. And what the fuck is Uhuru? The character from Star Trek? It was Uhura. The fuck is Uhuru?
Uhuru? Do you owe reparations?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Once again, somebody's like, yeah, I could get a job, I could do important things, or I could make a video about how white people owe reparations. Because, you know, why shouldn't I get paid for someone else's work? Okay. But let me guess, for you, reparations involve them getting that baby leg.
Why you say that? Wait, who is you?
Beryl Shepley.
Uhuru.
Wait, who is you? We owe reparations for what? What are we paying for? You obviously didn't get an education. Your grammar sucks.
Beryl. Now, you owe me some money. Okay, you owe me reparations.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because every freedom that I have and have taken for granted for my entire life has been made possible by wealth that my ancestors stole.
Stole. They stole wealth from whom? No offense. You don't steal from slaves. You force them to work. You profit off of them. That's not theft. You guys didn't have any wealth. You performed manual labor. And by the way, not you, supposedly your ancestors. Watch, we do a DNA test, and this guy just got off the boat a week ago. Ah, another one. Johnny, your mic is crackling really, really bad, almost alien sounding. Yes, we've had a bunch of issues, Spy Pigeon. If you want to watch on Twitch or Rumble, those are better platforms to watch on. Unfortunately, the KBS has been a bitch, and I don't want to restart the whole thing to catch up one platform. But this kid might as well lie down in the road. Yeah, this kid, no offense, looks like he's being trafficked. All right? I'm sorry, I don't trust a person who looks like they probably don't even pay for their own apartment on reparations and what people owe.
Uhuru. Good. Uhuru.
Uhuru.
What your name is?
Jackson.
Uhuru Jackson. You owe me reparations.
I do.
Why that?
Because I have benefited from the wealth that was stolen from you.
Tell
as have all.
Wait, stolen. wealth that was stolen. What the fuck? Look, if you want to say your ancestors worked a job and didn't get paid and are owed for that, sure. We can have that discussion. You didn't have any wealth that was stolen. The only thing we took were the people. All of the wealth was the stuff we had. We just let you help us take care of it. Again, we didn't steal any wealth. We used you, technically, if we want to use your analogy, Zoomers are a waste of cells. Yes, spoiler alert, this idiot and all of the people that are following him are full of shit and are dumb. The video's called Uhuru. I really want to see the Al Sharpton phone call where he's like, "Look, I appreciate what you're doing, but you're acting awfully funny, and you better get off my side. I'm worried. I'm half worried you might take dick, and that's not something we abide by over here." White solidarity with black. Nah. We won't bother with that. All right.
My ancestors, the ones who owned slaves and the ones who did not, the Jews in the white Jews in Hungary.
You better tell.
Look, I'm guessing this is either your first or your second video. Again, 72 subscribers. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is a horrible way to. We owe you? For what? The production quality alone, I'm giving you a bump. I feel like I'm doing this for free. I dare to say, sir, you owe me. Prove me wrong. I'm giving you airtime for this horrible garbage that you're filming very, very poorly with people, by the way, these people are such strong, brave individuals. My white ancestors that owned slaves, even the ones that didn't. Right, because it's not a completely pointless argument. Because if you didn't own slaves, again, you were totally capitulant if you didn't own any slaves. And by the way, again, the biggest sin was these slaves came here with all of this money and these gold and these jewels, and they came here out of the goodness of their heart. And we said as soon as they got here, how about we take all those from you and just make you pick cotton? No. Again. You were forced to do manual labor. I mean, sweet Jesus. Even the Jews don't act like they need reparations, and the Germans literally did pilfer the dead. Wow.
Tell on the white Jews. Say that again.
The white Jews in Hungary, the fake Jews.
Yes, fake white.
The white Jews in Hungary, the fake Jews. No offense, ma'am. Not only is your utter capitulation to this garbage kind of gross, your face is ugly. And I can't wait for the ADL to come out after this. This is anti-Semitism right here. That shirt sucks. This whole video sucks. I thought it was someone being like, fabulous and gay, and we're going to talk about stuff and have fun. I thought we were going to have a fun video where I'd be like, is he being goofy? Is he being funny? I didn't realize we had a, what would we call it? It seems remarkably gay. It seems like an aggressive black homosexual is out here hating on the white man. And I say, good on you, man. I say go for it. Hate on the white man all you want. Apparently you're allowed to do that. I would like to be able to hate on people if I felt like it, but then again, if I say that stuff, I'm horribly racist, even if I'm just being silly or making jokes or just being a dick to be a dick as an entertainer. But again, apparently it's cool to hate on the white man, so go ahead and go for that. But I don't know if you know this. Most of the people that you would have to get a hold of to get your reparations would be white and or Jew. And let's just say hating on them isn't going to get it done the way you think it is. I mean, sweet Jesus, man. When the what was it, the Black Panthers, when the Black Panthers and not radical Islam, but like the Brothers of Islam or whatever, were taking root and hold in a lot of neighborhoods and communities in the 80s, the CIA decided, you know what we'll do? We'll throw a bunch of drugs in there. So this whole reparations thing is a fun little like dog whistle they throw out for you because you're gonna chew on it. It's so fun. But if you actually thought it was gonna get anywhere, and if you push this to any sort of degree, I have bad news for you. They'll throw more drugs in your neighborhood.
White Jews.
Big white Jews.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you unite with reparations.
Completely.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
What's your name is again?
Jackson.
Uhuru Jackson.
Uhuru.
What's your name is again? Here's why you don't deserve reparations. You've been living in this country for how long, and you can't fucking speak English. I'm sorry, I don't want to give you any money. You're not smart enough to speak. Why should we trust you with cash? You dress really bad. You film with the sun in the background. You can't put it in landscape view. Would be a lot easier to get a lot more of these interviews and stuff if we would. But you know, I'm too busy being a hero. And again, I don't understand what Star Trek has to do with any of this. You have not set up how Uhuru is part of any of this. I don't even know that she signed off on it.
Uhuru?
What's up, Uhuru?
Yep, you heard him, y'all.
What's up, Uhuru? Wait a minute, that's a white guy?
Completely.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
What's your name is again?
Jackson.
Uhuru Jackson.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
What's up, Uhuru?
Yep.
What's up, Uhuru? Did you pay this guy to be here? What the fuck? Again, I can't believe that they made this film and they put it online, because you guys look stupid. Really, really stupid. I got it. They're on fentanyl. No, they're not. They're way too energetic. It has to be crack, meth, or fucking Celsius? I don't know. Maybe they just drank a Celsius. You saw how it made Aaron this morning. He might as well be like, Uhuru!
You heard him, y'all. He said, Uhuru. Uhuru!
You heard him all. He said, Uhuru. I'm gonna plumb his butt later.
Uhuru.
Where you from?
Seattle.
He raised around all nothing but African people, y'all. So he don't know nothing about being white. He don't like white people. Ain't that right?
All white people owe reparations, though.
Absolutely.
All white people owe reparations. Well, I would argue that certain peoples in certain communities have been taking whether they're allowed reparations or not. So I'd say, I guess, I don't know, fair is fair. All white people owe reparations. Then you know what? If all white people owe reparations, then is it wrong of me to say all black people owe us a bale of cotton? I mean, good God, we all owe reparations. We all owe reparations, right? You didn't work a day in your life. Why do I owe you jack shit? And I don't have one lick of proof that you descended from people of slavery. You've just been a black person who could have come here in the 80s, the 90s. I hate to point this out, but people of African American descent have been migrating here since this country was founded legally. I dare to say almost all the way back to its founding. So I think there wasn't there even a story about a person who came here legally as a free man and was forced to be a slave? Wasn't that what 12 Years a Slave was about? I don't know. Welfare is reparations. Oh, no. No, Lab Glass. I will not side by that. Plenty of fat, lazy white people get welfare. And plenty of non-black people get welfare. So that's not reparations. Everyone gets to dip on that. Again, so you deserve reparations. How are we going to give you your reparations? Are we going to just pay it out of our taxes? Because then you're paying for your own reparations. Just saying. Reparations. This is the one thing that I've never understood. Systemic racism wasn't an issue in the 90s when we were like, hey, how about we're like the 90s really seemed like we were kind of moved past the whole like racism race thing. Like the 80s seemed like the 80s and early 90s. What was it? The one that happened on the freeway. The thing that George Floyd aspired, Rodney King. There we go. The Rodney King thing. That really felt like we as a country got together like, dude, this isn't cool. This isn't all right. We're not all right with black people getting assaulted. Like, we really, like, wait a minute. The cops are just... And Dave Chappelle even did a bit on it. He's like, when Rodney King happened, it's like a whole bunch of white people like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me the cops are just out here beating Negroes? Like, it was funny. But it was also true. Sad, but true. That's why it was funny. And now we're in a situation... I think I'm literally losing people here. Maybe it's the KBS thing. But yeah, this guy is boring. That could be it, too. Let's see. I'm running out of steam.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ain't that right?
That's true.
And what your name is?
Prince.
Uhuru.
Again. And what your name is. If you can't speak like a serious person, I can't take you seriously. So, again, wait a minute. This is the guy that's... What? Holy shit! Guys, I've got a news bombshell. Let's go back to this. I'm glad I took a minute to read the comments. Uhuru. This is being put out by this. 2.2K views 2 days ago. Follow along with the transcript. Nope, I don't want the transcript. Show less. Here we go with this. Prank Girl 9112 2 days ago. So this is the guy that's in jail for kidnapping and torturing people. What? Yeah, he was recently arrested for kidnapping homeless minors and egregiously abusing them. One even committed suicide to get away. I hope he spends some major time in prison. WTF. Yeah, disgusting human. He's facing like 100 years in prison. The main black guy, he started a super abusive cult where he kidnapped people. His name is Ghazi Kodzo, and his group was called Black Hammer. All right, now I need to look into this Black Hammer thing. I didn't realize I found a clip that was really way more than I thought it was. All right, we got to look into... Let's, what was it? Ghazi Cardozo. Or Codizo? Was it Codizo? What is his last name? Now I gotta look into this. I'm sorry, I'm losing my shit. I gotta find this out. This is not... Oh, wow. This doesn't look like the same guy, though. All right, it says it's Uhuru. Is that the same guy? That does not look like the same guy. I don't know that that's the same guy from the video.
Prince.
Uhuru.
Now, why you open reparations?
All right, so fuck you. All right, so the FBI fuck you, Jesus! I gotta go back here and then shrink this. So no thanks. The FBI raid on the Uhuru Movement's St. Peter's headquarters last month appears to have been touched off by suspicious death in suburban Atlanta, 10 days before the subsequent arrest of the self-aggrandizing former Uhuru leader. Recent revelations have put the spotlight on Ghazi Kodzo, 31, who moved to Atlanta after being kicked out of Uhurus in 2018 and started running a liberation group called the Black Hammer Party that critics have derived as cult-like. a street gang investigator from Fayetteville, Georgia. So this dude was, holy shit, this dude was really, really bad. He's ugly as hell. I mean, I don't know about ugly as hell, but he's certainly a horrible piece of shit. I thought this was just someone to harmlessly laugh at. And let's look at a Horus. What the fuck is a Horus in 2018? No. Not the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. Where is Uhuru? He was kicked out of Uhuru. The actual group. After being kicked out of the Uhurus in 2018. So he moved to Atlanta after being kicked out of the actual group. And he started running a liberation group called the Black Hammer Party. He was abusing kids. One of them apparently committed suicide to escape. Oh, wow. So that video really was you being gross and effed up. Oh. Do you owe reparations? Yes, I do. Why do you owe reparations? Because you're going to hit the shit out of me if I don't. If I don't give you your reparations, you're going to turn the camera off. You're going to beat the out of me. And I know it. Do you owe reparations? Yes, I do. What I tell you about shirking when I turn to you? I'm sorry. Don't say it like I'm going to hit you. But you are going to hit me now. Oh, I'm going to hit you now. Don't make me a liar. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. Alrighty. So this has been difficult to get through because of the YouTube problems. Again, I'm sorry for those. But thank you for hanging out for our whole show. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will be back on Friday at our regular time to have a fun Black Friday show. And, yeah, we'll be back on Sunday as well. So I hope I'll see all of you on Friday. And thank you for being here. Sorry for the issues with my setup. I'm going to have to reboot my router and modem again. And then after that, it might be telephone call time. But at any rate, we've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. And I hope you all have a very safe and enjoyable holiday season with whoever you wish to spend it with, even if it's by yourself. Till next time.
Game over. Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking! How did you so fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
There's some bullshit that happened somewhere today.
You invincible headshot scripted cheater.
I'm a 50 terabyte self-evolving neural network double backflip off the high platform.